ke santse ke re Hensi o tshwantse gore a duele crowd ha hetsa go gologa stage ka gore Hensi ha sena performa crowd ene sa go go ema ho ntse a tlola a bina mme dipina tsa ga go sa di artists tse dingwe go emelwa chorus gore e goroge gore batho ba te ba join Hensi ke the entire song the whole thing from start to end batho ba opela pina gagwe o no o mone ba bone go stadium
ke mmone retso
o bone re ha go performa ene go performa crowd
go ntse ya
so tota hala go bua nnete nna hanka iphitlhela ke le mo crowding Hensi a performa ke a go hala ke tswa ho ke mo sendela invoice gore moranne ke to re tsekantele ke opetse pina tse 3 ke simolotse ka pepetetsa ya no ke kopa gore ke charge bokana pina ile 1 morena a madi a me a goroge a re skara o ska ntla yalo.
This is the world famous Sunday soccer show, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on YaronaFM. At Fox Patimo on Twitter and the gram.
Hold on 1 second, let's find the station.
Check it out. It's the real
YaronaFM, EW's best.
Sensational.
Exactly.
YaronaFM.
It's 6:06 on YaronaFM. Good evening. My name is Kariso Fox Patsimo. Same names on social media, and I'm your host until 9. This is a show about sports, mental health, personal development, all forms of literacy, poetry, music knowledge, and much more. Tonight we're focusing on the following topics from now until 7:20. Play rules and regulations with King Morph coming through at 7:25, and then we have 6:25 I meant to say, and then our hot seat topic today is player versus club dispute. It will start at 6:35. The Sunday Soccer Show has several analysts including coaches Pepe Wame Mokoke, Mupulusi Raitsanye, Nelson Ulibile, and Bonso Moloi amongst others. In the field of mental health and personal development, we have Tumelo Masalila and Jeremari Khang. We also have a dedicated relationship with the Footballers Union of Botswana FUB because of their mandate, which is to speak for the interests of the players. With me in studio, I'm joined by the analyst Melton Babuluki Mokete, aka Division 1 and Division 2. You say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Kels Pablo, aka Nombizi Lewaleboa. And we also have Waiti Milongo, aka Waiti Milongo. And we have King Molf, aka Mulifikana Mea Obenne, a fool in this paradise that we call Botswana football. Ladies first. Hey, Pablo.
Hi, Fox. How are you?
Partly cloudy with isolated thunder showers.
I'm weather.
I like it. I'm not partly cloudy. Get the real
Oh, the
so again, now you can't tell before get a studio. Get a ready pyjama side. Haggis night gets a ready pyjama. Kibogidia. Milo Kyo, what I knew about when I was a pyjama sami. As I make a motion on the moon. O jim peleng teng mo
a wa nzia bona mo gatlanyana o ntsore
nya ga se wa nziki dipijama ya la se to wa bona and ha ke di anega ne ke mmelaela wa bona ha ke di anega ne ke mmelela ke re mpyae ha ke bone sent e be ke di anega in such a way that ga di ala pella thulo. I don't know how he did it. Okay o kutudile aba go ga ra ha go ga boroko ke pata ka ntse le topo ya teng tsubu aba tsubulela mo mmung aba di tibisa ha ba
mmekala o re lo wa morata la ga re ga beke ka bo ka mmailo ka teng ha se mo ke be ngulila ka ta ka ene go mpie.
Speaking of gore krile ke a morata le leboko, I wrote a poem about Mailo asnana asenya wa shinami because ne ke sa itumela. Okay ne ke sa itumela poem ya teng e bidio a gotwe a good dog gone bad. Milo makes me happy, sometimes makes me mad. Milo is a good dog who sometimes is bad. He dragged my laundry off the line just the other day. Milo doesn't speak human, so what can I say? Milo makes me smile, sometimes makes me frown. Milo is a sweet soul who sometimes lets me down. He dragged my curtain off the rail and messed up my room. I warn him all the time, but he sings a different tune. Milo is my friend, but sometimes my enemy. He bites my shoes and stresses me, draining my energy. I caught him. Hey, ke kwale ke ngwana thamana handwrite ya me bere mo lo ra ke bo no ke le bolela kantele handwrite ya me bere ko ra gape ke tenegilwe a bot So I can't get deep more poetry, but me my own thing na wimpi kwa wa.
Bona mo ke to ha khamala ga itse re go mo ke.
So ke ntse ke marekala mashi ya go ulwetse ke mmolele tsuri ka ke mmolele tsuri ka go marekala regular milk. We are going back to regular milk now. Hey.
Tell me I shop at Romana.
Without actually.
Without actually
saying it.
My dog.
No,
the Willis baby.
The only thing. Yes, there are only two things. Se ke di reka nko ulwetse out. Ke caramel cake le mashi ya ga mairo. Me anong o bakile. Go simolla go mpieko regular store, regular milk. Because ke bona re mapsia a ulwetse kona a mo belang gore a tole a hakolle wa shinya.
Then I spoiled dog ano.
O spoiled ke mmoleletse khantele gore wena gape ntse a robala mo ntung ke mo starting from today you are sleeping outside like regular dogs. Ke mmoleletse and ke boleletse di nosi tse di nang hape le gore ke batla re di nne di moloma gore a di gore ke bona re comfortable.
What is it? What don't you know? Mundu.
I go to Zaro Bosperi. Milo Munyani. Kana Milo, Kadi 9 Milo, 3 months. Hanka Magunta, Eba Muja. Yeah, I got when Emma, take over one sort of Mukit to what? Mukit, you could have out dinner, I didn't go to Dinner Muntu. Nya, Karaconte, Canamuntu.
Cardia,
I didn't know Conte, Canagona roof. Is there a roof?
it is.
Yanun Kulveni Lim, Piami on what I know Conte. Buses up Mike go cares. Buses up Mike go cares. So in Biki cares.
The week was good, more relaxed, but towards the end of the weekend, the Botswana Women's Football Championship at the TCB. Ehela. Folks, I know everybody knows who won. Everybody knows Tawana, Topol, Kiabu from Maung, Granada. For the second time, but last season they need number 4, number 3. To them, it's yes an achievement. Last they need number.
No, like that was the third.
The third time. In night number 4, 2 times, and then Humpionic number 3, and then Magep City. Lawana Mayana by 25 goals. Batswa Tabung, then number 4. But folks, for me, the concern is quite a number of concerns coming out of the general public, the parties concerned, of the structure in which we get here, because we are presumably saying that this is the top level structure of women football championships, and we shouldn't be having competitions who win 25, who win 8. There should actually be a competitive football display that shows Bahwebi and Lebabikha and other countries who are actually viewing these games. Maybe something or the structure has to change. Some of the people in the public were just concerned about why not we go to FA Cup structure kind of, so that we are able to see the best out of the best of all the regions and the whole country.
In every transformation there are casualties. Remember the women football in Enzelemo.
Coming shortly in August.
Can't believe
Yeah, why? Like
such a move.
So I get the BFA now said that taking women football to the regions. With our other regions didn't have women football at all, and we have always said women football is a developmental phase or level, and that's why now you are going to see these differences. And now, because we have appreciated that, I think that's when we can have a conversation to say what's next now. not to look at this and look at it as if it's a bad thing. We need to appreciate the impact that actually happened, to say we're able to see a team from Khalagad, we're able to see a team from Botetino coming to Gaborone. There are a lot of positives. But like I said, with transformation, there are always casualties to that. So it means now, what is next? How do we want this to happen? And do we have modalities in place to actually talk to that? Are we going to have 2 first divisions that are going to learn North and South? What is the modalities? We haven't spoken to that yet.
Now, you are going to speak to what? Kemanyo coach and women football on and FB.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's where the problem is. That's where the
we are together. We are together. We are together in saying that the women football is still at developmental level. So when we develop, let's develop all the aspects, not to look at the play only.
Yes.
Whether Janama 25, it's okay. That's our level. That's where we are.
It's not okay. Problem is to women football. We coaches are here. We need to start by capacitating these coaches. And we need to make it a requirement gore re lebelle re tsweka kana problem a women footballer na go gore ya irana ga ena motho yo ilebeletseng ga gona motho o ka tang go gore na re bolella gore okay re conductile studies gore mo groundong go ntse jana re na le di coach di le kana tse di qualified ki tse ba hella ha tse di unqualified ki tse ba hella ha wa bona re bua women football hela ha re tabo ga ra go ra go bata di sponsor. But in terms of deliberation ya gore this is where we are and this is how we are moving forward ga gona.
How do we help a team from Khalagadi, for example?
Mouth brings a good aspect, Fox, because even at the warm-up of the final, you could literally see the differences of how things were. The team in Enali Dibolo true for warm-up. Enali Dikoni it's about 8. I'm just saying that
third
was
playoff.
Exactly.
Team when rise and warm-up, etaba mo tereke.
But can you blame them, Basna coach? No, Michaels, thank you. I believe those are the issues that we are going to touch on more showing Yarumpie.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Milongo, how are you, sir?
Getting FOX.
Hey, man, a team young way like team England, the team like Imoroma, Siki Posai by Paka.
Hey, ya khobola.
Hey, man, a team. Can I talk about a go finally?
Yeah, Korea wrote Eddie Sebe, khobola be heta.
She.
Aha.
Ke tsugile la go tsenya di penalty.
Ka ntile lebella team ya rona. Ke le sa robalela ha ke team ya
subscribe le reka.
No, go no robala ha to subscribe.
Bon. Are di ma ke nna ke bua le wena ba re tsanela. Are di ma la bua. E nya bua mo ke.
Ka re gona subscribe.
A ke re gona re kwena ola ngwana. O host di kwena o subscriber. O DSTV. Osaka. Ya no. Are go.
Euro
anele mo botswalang ka borero zakhe are ko ra etse bole ke aga go ira etse re bolele gore re bolele re EGM ya BF tsena le morena
o topa man lo
re bolele
mzegeze
re bolele ya re go ntsa morena re go emetse ra mo ngwa rona
Let's zere ya women ma
let's zere ya women ma ba
tsalla
ya lo ra ka re tswa yang
banda we ke tla lara
o borile tapes a bile o dule mo maragarageng a o driver la dikhuduban re bolele ra ka e morana rira ya re beile la mo we
o tsene mo careful
ko ra gora ko so nte Ora ya pla re ngwe tsore tswe mo la hatse o ba toga na ka yo. O rumile journalist go pla re ya tei.
Ha ke bile tse ke bua
bua ze. Bu mze kula. Six man. No kodim. Nyagana ka monomo foteng o te Brazil
no ke tumtu
ke ngire keltsare wa ipuelela be le simola le tsana la ba begana bana go mpieko Sunday wa go mpieko di egile go goroga
o ipuela ka gomse
nya ipuela ka women football go no ena le bathata ya yeah no me we need to make amends because lo gana nyana GU ya ka ya go careful they can never say they are ready They were never tested. So tota hela bolo a rona this we need to do go re setse re elevate le re khona go qualify like careful re khona go mmole kwa khona kwa go dira the preliminary tsa CAF Champions League. The national team has been doing well. Now we cannot be okay with the way things are right now. Now I say it starts with the coaches. The coaches say they are from January to December. They say we are the CAF B. Ba ira di CAF ma. So banza ba coach ba sena di qualification. Ke mba letelo go coach ba sena di qualification.
No, I get it. Kana women football is a developmental level of.
How do you develop people when you don't have the technical know-how? You cannot develop people when you cannot develop people when you don't know the technical know-how.
At the level of our football. Ba siame ka di qualifications ba na le tsona ba tale tsona hela ya.
Wena ntse re batho ba ne ba traina mo trekking ba ira wa ma.
No ke wala matarna lo.
Kana nna ke a go botsa gore gompie go molf hour it's okay gore ngwana a rona a rutwe bolo ke motho o sa itseng bolo.
No, what I'm saying is I can't work CAF B, and I'm saying coaches have trained more D, they've trained more.
So kana o ra ba trainer ngwaga le last year. So the team is ntse di le teng for years. Why are we allowing people to establish and coach teams but not the qualification? Why?
Nyamo a grabele di khantsang la.
Go ba nneng ga le letelo. Go ba nneng ga le letelo ru go ilwale. Ke eng go ba sa ding go letelo?
Club license is letting us down.
Wa ona lo ena o paletswe ke go ba support. How go palla wena BFA o boitswe go mmaswe tota.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. YaronaFM.
Hey, Vasera, chillers in Botswana, are you ready for the ultimate live experience? Podcast and chill with McG, Alenda Da in Gibbs. So rejoin at our Limco Hall in Block 7 on Friday, 12th July at 5 p.m. Retao Patola Podcast. Be part of the action because tickets are selling fast and are strictly available at www.yonatickets.co.bw for just 250 pula. Grab your tickets now and join us for an evening of laughs, stories, and the best podcast vibes around. Podcast and chill with McG. Live in Gibbs. Be there or hear about it later.
Are you with me? Get the new Boza Streetwise 5 with 5 pieces of original recipe finger-licking good KFC chicken. For the Boza, now with the large chips and 2 free cokes, all for only $104.90. Come here, Boza. Get to KFC. Get your Boza Streetwise 5 now for only $104.90. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Follow, comment, share. Offer ends 29 July. T's and C's apply.
Did you know that Choppies is more than just a grocery store? Yes! Choppies has a wide range of non-food items sold in all Choppies stores nationwide. I'm talking home appliances, gardening tools, camping equipment, and many more. Visit any of our branches for great value non-food shopping experience. Look out for amazing non-food deals on our Facebook page. Choppies, great value for your money.
YaronaFM.
It's giving the hottest hits
In BW.
Lift the music.
This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show. Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. On YaronaFM. At Fox Patimo. On Twitter and the gram. and regulations with King Maul on the world famous Sunday Soccer Show.
This segment is not about social conformity, nor to interfere or intervene with any event or proceedings out there. What you discuss here is not preemptive nor prescriptive, but it is descriptive of the best practices as articulated and exemplified under FIFA, CAF, BFA, and of late the BFL statutes. Without any further ado, in this segment, we are going to look at FIFA regulations on transfer status of players, Article 2 to 7. Last week we looked at Article 1. Article 2, status of players, amateur and professional players. Players participating in organized football are either amateurs or professionals. A professional player is a player who has a written contract with a club and is paid more than his footballing activity than the expenses he effectively incurs. All other players are considered to be amateurs. 3. Reacquisition of amateur status. A player registered as a professional may not register as an amateur until at least 30 days after his last match as a professional player. No compensation is payable upon reacquisition of amateur status. If a player registers as a professional within 30 months of being reinstated as an amateur, his new club shall pay training compensation in accordance with Article 20. Article 4, termination of activity. Professional players who end their careers upon expiry of their contracts and amateurs who terminate their activity shall remain registered at the association of the last club for a period of 30 months. The period beginning on the day the player made his last appearance for the club in the official match. Article 5, registration. A player must be registered at an association to play for a club as either a professional or an amateur in accordance with the provisions of Article 2. All registered players are eligible to participate in organized football. By the act of registering, a player agrees to abide by the statutes and regulations of FIFA, the Confederation, and the associations. A player may only be registered with one club at a time. Players may be registered with a maximum of 3 clubs during one season. During this period, the player is only eligible to play official matches for 2 clubs. As an exception to this rule, a player moving between 2 clubs belonging to associations with overlapping seasons, that is, start of the season in summer or autumn as opposed to winter or spring, may be eligible to play in official matches for a 3rd club during the relevant season, provided that he has fully complied with his contractual obligations towards his previous clubs. Equally, the provisions relating to the registration period, Article 6, as well as to the minimum length of a contract, Article 18, Paragraph 2, must be respected. Under all circumstances, due consideration must be given to support the integrity of the competition. In particular, a player may not play official matches for more than 2 clubs competing in the same national championship or cup during the same season, subject to stricter individual competition regulations of member associations. Article 6, registration period. Players may only be registered during one of the 2 annual registration periods fixed by a relevant association. As an exception to this rule, a professional whose contract has expired prior to the end of the registration period may be registered outside that registration period. Associations are authorized to register such professionals provided due consideration is given to the sporting integrity of the relevant competition where a contract has been terminated with just cause. FIFA may take provisional measures in order to avoid abuse, subject to Article 22. The first registration period shall begin after completion of the season and shall normally end before the new season starts. This period may not exceed 12 weeks. The second registration period shall normally occur in the middle of the season and may not exceed 4 weeks. The 2 registration periods for the player shall be entered into the transfer management system at least 12 months before they come into force. That is Annexure 3, Article 5.1, Paragraph 1. FIFA may determine the dates for any association that fails to communicate them on time. Players may be registered subject to exception provided for in Article 6, Paragraph 1 upon submission of valid application from the club to the 11th association during a registration period. The provisions concerning registration period do not apply to competitions in which only amateur players participate. The 11th association shall specify the periods when players may be registered for such competitions, provided that due consideration is given to sporting integrity of the relevant competition. That was that with regards to the status and transfer of players.
I think maybe the one question that I would have for you, Mov, is how liability all those, points, which one would you say has been the biggest challenge in our football over time? And transfer window, we should look out for to avoid it recurring or the case.
I think the one thing that we miss is the definition of a professional player and an amateur.
How do we Rabuma?
In Botswana.
I get it so when I'm to require again. So definition of Mutswana matter. Definition of BFA name matter. Because if there is a dispute, you solve your BFA again. So Hagel Fox or Hager Tarani definition. Why should anybody care? The powers that be given already fine.
And the powers that be, they have not actually spoken to a Harare professional. How they also for training.
So what are the powers that be about confused?
Yes.
Are they confused or they cannot actually determine that or prove it? Or this
once you can determine you're confused.
No. I think it's a loophole that benefits them.
Yeah.
Because if something is vague, it means at any given point, a definition a left, kana a right, kana a neutral.
So which means now one of the things that has to be strengthened is how do we determine or player X if a contract then is professional. How do we determine or
who's our legal advisor go BFA?
I won't be honest. It's one man judge.
Sure.
So how legal advisor is this person hired by the BFA? Gonna they come as and when they're needed?
They are hired to provide
when we wake up in the morning right to wrong, the BFA's legal advisor wakes up to go to the BFA.
No.
Okay.
What advice I get?
Yes. I get you on a put
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Understanding the rules of the game. Play rules and regulations with King Molf. We can't explain it.
The music. It just hits different.
On YaronaFM, the YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show. Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox.
It's Senjinda Babe, Gemwagata 34, Gemotangiwa Dawana Top Girls.
A go re bolela ka Tawana Top Girls. Kana ne ke la ntshare le bona kwano le team ya ko kae le tshameka bolo entseng ja.
Re team ya go de dira re tshameka bolo e radwang ke batho ra ya mogana. Ra tshegetsana, we work as a team.
In inside league ya lona ya 2024.
We had a very difficult league in our region because the top 3 teams, we had to win the league with the last match from position 3 to position 1. That is how much it was very hard for us.
What do you think made you stand out and indeed win the league?
We managed to work together as a team. We listened to our coach's instructions, and like football, if you choose to play it individually, you can have those results you require. But working as a team really helped. We cooperated well with each other, and we had to know each other's strength and weakness. That is how much that helped us.
What does the coach encourage you to work on to improve as a team?
The coach always tells us that the best way to work together is for you to understand your teammates' strengths and weaknesses.
So what are your hopes?
We come here as rookies, as we just qualified this year. Underdogs, they always say. But at the end, we want to cause an upset that people don't see coming.
How's the mood in camp? nyenyane. I'm sure they're excited to be here.
Yeah, the mood in the camp, it's very high. They enjoy the atmosphere. Most of that, it's the first time we qualified for this. So it's an experience that we all waited for.
What would it mean for you, Halekako, finally?
Definitely that will definitely mean we had achieved what we never expected this season. Because from where we come from, everything was very difficult for us. But then we had to stand together, we had to work together. And eventually we are here. Even from the blocks, it was not as easy as somebody might look and think we just qualified. We worked very hard.
Tell us about those difficulties that you faced.
The teams from our region, they are competing. They are not participating. That alone is a challenge. The northern region also, the teams were competing, not participating. So you know when you come to in an environment where there is competition, it means you have to pull your socks extra to a very high level so that you come up as champions.
National team selectors will be watching your games Friday, Saturday. Do you think within your ranks Botswana senior team lead under?
We do have the talent. We do have the talent, and like I always encourage them, they have it within them. It's for them to just show the country and those scouts that indeed we can do it even with the national team colors.
Thank you so much, Tamma. It was exciting to see you guys and talk to you. All the best for this tournament and beyond. Learn as much as you can from this experience for next year.
Thank you, sir.
AM to PM all day. The music slaps all day. YaronaFM. This is the world famous Sunday soccer show. Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on YaronaFM. At Fox Patimo on Twitter and the Gram.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the station, its management, nor its advertisers.
Yes, you. We know you are a liker of nice things.
You know yourself.
So say jealousy. Keep it locked right here.
YaronaFM.
This is the hot seat. On the Sunday Soccer Show.
It's 6:36 on YaronaFM, and tonight we are discussing a topic that is a given in Botswana: player versus club dispute concerning a breach of contract and unpaid wages. It's a given in Botswana. You should buy yourself a book called Botswana Football, A Fool's Paradise, and Botswana Football, A Fool's Paradise, Another Day in Paradise. So, gentlemen and lady, and here goes.
Ke bidwa bokamoso moeba ke tshamekise police 11 ke tswa mo police 11 ka injury ke seno ke sta kontraka le bone fe ba lela ka molo maela go tumalana. After that ba ntwelle kgwedi ya June. After June ba nthabare ke bona diplara tsengwe tse ke na le tsone re bua no ke shiro ordinary le bone gone kwa ba ke bona ba sane di kontraka ke ba letsa ke ba botsere ka sa le mpile a le leta tla le re bitsa to sane di kontraka ha be nna gone go hantse ntse ke bona go tsiswa mokwalo go teke ke ipatele team
ke June ngwaga
last year
2022
last year 2023
no 2023 no dumalane le mang gore re ta go saena ko police
ne ke shota kontraka le Mr. Matlakele le Mr. Mashop Mr. Mashop ile ke mo letsa ba nthare le nna mpona ke rana le nna ke mo le hinyela ke botsere ga tlo ira galang go korako go se na wana ke itsuro so seno kontraka lo ra iso seno kontraka ba go lebile helana a ke mathata yana
o nna injured kae ko training kana mo gaming ko police
ne ke le mo game ko jwane
ne le game ya
league
o tshamekela police o iso sign contract
contract ne hela end of May
ne le gore o negotiate extension
go re extend yo ano so ba mpa mo le hinyela ya
so belaela gore ba ne ba khatha extension ka gore ba ne ba bona o le injured
go ntsa
wa goroga yang ko VTM le gone o rogile le
ko VTM ke gorogile this year ka January after kana ke kentse 7 months ke le injured ke sa irisepe kentse January ana ba VTM ba nteletse bile ba nteletse go le bosigo ba nthabare ba kopa thuso ya mo go ba ke re ya me wana mathata ke ta go check up ka lo ko office tsa go office ba tare bua dumalana ka re dumalane ka 10 na le bona
ne le dumalane di ngwaga tse kae
senne ngwaga
no saenne ngwaga go ra ro saenne ka how saena no go le
ke senne ka January ya wela ka December
go ra re ne le January 2024 until December 2024 ya no le ha kae gone ha wena le VTM
na le VTM wana ke setse ka 6 months le VTM
ya no go utlwa go togona le mathata a dituelo a go re bolelle gore a simolotse leng ibile ke mathata a ntseng ja
mathata a dituelo ba builela gore a gona madi ba tabogile mo ba bata gore madi a teng ba wa tsenya leng a ya ritse re lona re mehela ya
ba ne ba bua leng ibile ba bua ka eng
bana ba bua ka la bone ha ba re biditse
ka la bone ana ba le ba ne ba le biditse ba le biletse meeting
bana ba re meeting ba re bola khantsonetse gore a gona madi ba samba ba tabogile ba bata madi kana no kana motha wa rara na madi go lwena go lwena la opala go mora o tsaba go mmotsa dipotso tse dintsintse go sa ba gore tsa rana ma go sa mothara na madi wa go tota ba sna madi
ko meeting wa tenele le teng lotlhe playing staff le ba go South Africa tota
nya ba South Africa na ba seo diplara ka bontsi ne di seo ne re le fiwe nyana
ha o re ditse a gona le ba ba duetsweng kana lotlhe ga la duela
maloba ka Monday ka holiday ya Monday ne heta o bongwa wa group coach a wana tsena
coach is in playing staff
coach
so o kulutiwa dikgweditse kae ko VTM
ke wona kgwedi ne heta
ya nong go mo go tlhoka go duelwa kana go duelwa late go affectile ka tsela ntse nja
go se kana go duelwa late a soro a go re tse sente cause re na mo mantung a batho ha o dumela le motor no ka di 5 go studio is rent so ntse re fe go studio because after the 5 o tsenya penalty 500 pull on top after the 5 I did 10 gape o tsenya engwa gape
ya nong how have you been able to survive ya nong ka gore go ra re kgwedi e hitileng ya June ga le se le duelo go mpe go di 7 tsa ga July
a be ke tabogile pa ke bona re nka ira yang gore ke kgone go survive ha ne se go taboga hela ka bona ena mathata
ya nong kana ga te VTM e tabe e tswa ya nong ga e tshole tabe e compete mo Premier League a ba le biditse ba le bolella maikaelelo a bone le gore lona ya nong ba ira eng ka lona
bana ba re bitsa ba re bolella ba re no ba tata ba re bitsa gape for final gore ba talo bolela ba tsere tswetswef
ha ba le biditse ne ba le ra ba re
nyamana ba re ba na re bolella gore tota gona madi o bata go status ja ga re bone go te status sa rekisio mme o sampalo ka khanya teng
so le utlile pele mo media gore status sa tsama e be le tla le bile di meeting ko morago
re bone mo media pele
bana ba iso go ba le biletse meeting pele le di stakeholder
a ise ba di biletse meeting after re bone mo media
ya nong o le player yana a o itse the Footballers Union of Botswana if so relationship ya go le bone ke ntse nja
ya
Footballers Union of Botswana FUB awa ba itse a ona le relationship le bone
ke a ba itse cause ne ke na le cause ngile ka go kelo ka bone ka khanya ya police
ba go thusa ka tsela ntse nja
still now ke emelana ke sala ba ntse ba re ba isa khango in DRC cause kana police le wanana ba sametse bankolota
ya nong what about VTM ya ka VTM e sa go duela for last month a gila bolela Footballers Union of Botswana
a ise ke ba bolele
ke ngo sa ba bolele ntse le bone di representative tsa lona
What I ke go ra la ke tsetsela gore a mbe ke lebehela yana be ke rambe ke lebehela na ke tsomolotse kgentse mo tse dintsintsi yana
ona le agent kana mongwe yo go negotiatelang di contract on your behalf
gona le motho nthusa ke tiswa ke mo ke tshelalle ke nna no tshitela contract ya VTM
so gompe ko situation ya go le VTM o eletsa go bona go iragala eng hela
gona na situation e ke mo bonela ke gore la ke madi hela tota gang khole ke di salary
thank you like taka all the best re ta bua le bone re utlwe gore ba tla di solve yang out
because le ona police ba sampetse ba ntshwere madi ya le gona because na ba kile ba ra monna wa FUB ba mora ba re ba kantsha 1000 te kgwedi le kgwedi a ba botsa bozora a ile gore ha le ha ngwana 1000 to go irang ka ene di 1000 because kana 1000 ke madi ya la manyana le gona ntse ke emela
ya no wana how far do you want to go with your football seeing that ya go sokodisa police VTM story sa tenga senke se hela go le monate
gona le ke plan gore ya December la tsena la contract me sto hela a be ke quit
ono se tso plan ne gore wa go tsana sekolo kana gona le career ngwe yo batla go iphesu
nya sekolo ne ke ngile ka tsana ko CITF ke ne ke ra course ngwa ko ya painting go CITF ne ke tswe bona go police
so ke yone career yo batla go iphesu after this
era le company.
Thank you so much my king tla ke go bona gore nka go thusa ka tsela ntse nja
era thank you ga itume
This is the hot seat. Foxy on the Sunday Soccer Show.
Aha, Molf. Is there anything new from that issue? Okay, compare the previous issues where clubs and players often have disputes.
No, there's nothing new under the moon and the sun, folks. The sun still rises in the east and sets in the west, and it rushes.
Set it off. Hip hop.
It rushes back to the east to rise again. Because this is how the players are treated for the longest time, and players are the reason why there's actually football. Without players, there's absolutely nothing. But then when there are issues, instead of us consulting them first, we satisfy ourselves first. And if there are issues, we talk to ourselves first without talking to the players. You listen to this boy, and you saw how the VTM issue was broken out. You'd think there was a lot of consultation that was done internally. And we were hosting the PRO, I think, about 3-4 weeks ago, and consecutively, and he had the energy, and you'll feel things are going accordingly. Then boom, like a bullet from the blue. You'll wonder,
kaboom.
Yeah, you wonder where is this bullet from the blue coming from? Because it seems like things were going so well. Were they selling us a dummy? It's a question that you'll ask yourself.
No, but you remember when Mahamudza came, they said he was a motivational speaker, but he came with 6 bags. So that was a dime.
Yeah, it was.
So what I would get him like, why are you surprised that a team of dummies is once again dummy?
Get it, dummy.
Get it, dummy.
Yeah, these are things that you can expect, especially where we always stress.
Bam block on Facebook. Bam block
these are the kind of things that you come to expect more when it comes to the way we run our football, especially where clubs are concerned. I think we have talked about the business case of VTM over time, and this thing of them bringing in players from South Africa, what they're trying to achieve with that, and we're given reasons over time. Some of them we try to make sense of them, but also you are sitting here, hearing the story of this player and wondering at a point where you decide otherwise about how to go about things. Why don't you consult the most important stakeholder, being someone that has been doing the work for you as a club, and the media fraternity to break out the news for them. I think these are just the many cases that we have in our football that has to be addressed, and strongly.
And on the flip side again, folks, the owner of VTM is a National Executive Committee member of BFA. You understand? Of the BFA. So you look at the contingent there, National Executive Committee at BFA. Who has a club there?
Yeah.
Is it to say everyone who is now at that level doesn't want to get associated with clubs? And if we have people who are at the NEC who don't have clubs, how are they going to speak for clubs? And the only person that we had is dumping a club. So who's going to speak for the interest of clubs at that level? Who owns a club?
So let's start here. The Footballers Union of Botswana now believe for these players, their disputes and their contracts, when they're happy, when they're sad, the FUB should always be a starting point.
Yes.
What for a player ya football mo Botswana? Number one, Timmy it's a given. Timmy it's ebe go aketsa. Le motho yo gompieko ana le kontraka a duelwa madi a mantsi go ba heta bothe mo Botswana. Tsatsi ke ile le ba le beile kgakala le team yeo e tsileng go itlhotlhora. Ba bata go bolellwa ke manga re le dibuka di kwadilwe le di show di a bua le di newspaper di a bua gore di team tse di maka. FUB e dira di congress, e dira di workshop, e dira sengwe le sengwe e bile ba acknowledge gore ba itse meng ga ba e go yone molf go tlhoka go iragaleng gore di player di e go FUB e bile ba itse gore le ha contract e ka tailenta yang me hela ke ntse ke involve FUB because mona to a gompieko ka moso yana busula.
I think folks you have always asked the one question, who has the interest of players, who talks to the interest of the players, more body, whichever board we have. there is a body that is called National Dispute Resolution Chamber, go BFA, and FUB is always fighting with BFA, or was said to the NDRC unit. It has taken a very long time. I think about the case. I think 2018, if I'm not mistaken, they resolve is it police or you know, 2018. So you listen to Bokamoso today, 2016, and we are still dealing with the issues 2018. So what I like Bokamoso, you know, someone can think you report a matter go FUB. Kizu wrote ale bag or matter at them resolve. And the bag doesn't stop with FUB. FUB only kuba report and then while where they take the matters to, which is the regulator of football, which is the Botswana Football Association, and they take forever to resolve. They took forever to set up NDRC. They took forever to have the terms and conditions of NDRC. And as we speak, the backlogs are the so it says now, you know, the custodian of football law, the very same players again. You know, FUB might be doing whatever they are trying to do, but playing I was saying, or no, is but I saw a resolution. You know, after 6 years, I think
the question that Fox is asking is it's the one question that over time is asked many times, or who speaks for the players? Especially at the association level, who's really concerned about what is happening to the most important stakeholder, that is the player. Your football cannot exist, and if there's no one who has got the interest of the players at heart from that level, even if you be and plays and is trying its best to lady player how can players be assisted? How is no the interest of the players at heart from the association level? That's where our biggest challenge is coming from.
Kels.
At what point does FIFPro come into play?
No.
Because FUB also now reports to FIFPro at some point. Are they able to help us if BFA is not helping?
You don't go to FIFPro. You go to FUB.
I'm trying to say, I get FUB now, more far FUB now reports to BFA, is a disputes for resolution. So in the case where now the resolutions are not addressed at BFA, is there any channel to say BFA to see the player FUB or FIFPro, or can you help? Is there any channel to go by and go there?
But FIFA will still engage BFA because it's a national, it's a territorial sovereignty.
Yeah.
So it's here in Botswana, and it's a local matter. So the buck stops with the BFA. FIFA can resolve a custodian in Botswana. Yes.
So everything stops at BFA.
Yes.
These are issues that can be solved.
Yes, BFA. Yeah.
Folks, but for me, I feel the players have a responsibility to capacitate themselves in terms of bonobo financial literacy, because clubs, yes, they can do that, but when as a player, sometimes the players they get so excited when a contract they happen because was promise to sign one fee, you don't read the contract, you don't even ask questions, or you don't even have people by the right people by but like you were saying, you get a contract as someone from FUB, so that get and know what I'm getting myself into. But the matata thing, like we go on excitement, and also they're not doing enough as players. They need to take responsibility in terms of making sure whatever decision and and say someone let them down.
I think that is something that Fono is saying. Are Dumelang Kuru. Botswana football players really need a lot of education ka football and contractual issues as a whole. They need to know that football is their career and know all about those finer contractual details, when and how you should play for a team. That young boy's story is painful, and believe me, it's common in Botswana. Even the so-called senior players have the same problems. I get from Footballers Union of Botswana. How prevalent are these issues and what's the way forward? VTM or atare bolela gore gone mme mathata ke eng go tla bonyele le gone gore hu ri tota bana nna ke setse ke nya mamoko itse kore nka se ke opele pina ka 2012 ga ta ga nna 2024 ke ntse ke opela pina hela la re le phutha mesobane ya lona la tswa mo Premier League ha le tswa ha le phutha mesobane le bolela everyone else before you tell your players
At Fox Patimo on Twitter and the gram.
Kenale resident analyst Melton Babuluki Mukete, aka Division 1 and Division 2. You say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Vatseda.
Easy yana, my king.
Oshisele manyora akali.
No, pilonyana really yana.
Ale ha go shola mo monate. O mmino go dipina le dilo di ragala go ditlhare.
Ke dipina tse di serious.
Manyora a mantsi a kasi a food ba re ja ba go tlaleng. Ke romele SMS ke re boss as from today ke mo di shoto. Ke re whiskey hot minoto le bottle le soso mo borotho.
At Fox Patimo on Twitter and the gram. The hottest, the number all day. The hot 99.9 FM. YaronaFM. This is the hot seat on the Sunday Soccer Show.
lenten le bile se ke tsenya le dibiti ya tse le gore ke a tsona re be ke tsentse mo hot city le phatharanya team ya rona ha le tswa ha le bitsi tota football a botswana ke tsana boitsele
the fool's paradise
ha gona regulation ke no it is beyond the fool's paradise ke go mo the wild west ha to biro ma mmugole the good the bad and the ugly motakola me konde ke le bala rubitswa mangane ke move a bogolo go what the hell is going on here one other is going in and the next other is going out. What are you doing in that house? The good, the bad, and the ugly. We go bata movie at the mo level. Hongoka will tell mo Netflix. A couple blind mo computer and when we to go cover the movie thing. Legally. Legally. If you are required to pay for that movie, please pay.
I will do that.
6:55 on YaronaFM. Humpio komo hot sitting re khanyeno gore we've discussed it way too many times. Nabilese in tlabatlabisa debate. We were talking about player versus club disputes concerning breach of contracts and unpaid wages. We heard from one Bokamoso Mweba from VTM. Are humpio ko yana ya ka go le July. Ha ise a duelwe salary ya gagwe ya June. And the reason why how I got to learn about this issue was that ka Saturday busiwa I got a call from him e le gore ke mathata hela wa go jwa ko ntung ba kontele bana mo serame
le ka June ya May
le ya May do ka di 15 tsa ga June so go ra gore landlord na se tsa simolla go lapa le ha ke mo ile go kopana le ene khantele re ira interview o lapile ngwana wa modimo and one of the things that inkutu sembotlho go gore a re ko VTM ya ka bare kana na ke tsore VTM ya re ha ke tsora ya re register status kana ya re tswa mo Premier League yang ha ke tsore ya re me yone sengwe ya se bua so ne so se se buang seo a re le di player ba se bone mo social media ya ka mongwe le mongwe ba tsile ba taba biletswa meeting after se announceiwa so khona go bona gore le bone batho ba re ipolelang gore these clubs should concentrate on ba itse gore ke bone gore the cornerstone of the football ga ba consider yalo mo eleng gore ba khona gore go tsewe decision e botlhokwa yalo without the knowledge e be batla ba boelwa ko morago. So on the line we are joined by the Footballers Union of Botswana, the Secretary General Mr. Khosana Masaseng, to talk about these issues and find out if indeed boboka moso ba goroga ko FUB go reporta diotse gore batla ba di thusiwe. Mr. Masaseng, good evening and welcome to YaronaFM.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to your listeners and your colleagues in studio.
Thank you so much, my king. The gist of it is that we were talking to a player called Bokamoso Mweba from VTM. This guy is being owed salary ya June ki VTM. Maybe la gape o kulutiwa madi a mangwe ke police e leng gore according to him ga kgaogana sentle le yone mme e bila gape case ya teng we reportile ka ko Footballers Union of Botswana. How are we as Botswana right now, early July 2024, in terms of disputes between players and their clubs?
Look, the number keeps increasing, and this is largely because we see a pattern here. The club, they just do as they wish. It has been very difficult for the players. A month or so ago, we had judgment of cases that were reported in 2018, 2019. And this is the biggest pain players have always suffered. I mean, some have in the past retired, and their cases are yet to be heard. But we then took a decision to put pressure on the BFA and find ways in which we can address this problem. We were lucky, and I'll use the word lucky, we were lucky to get under 5 judgments that have been issued since the new restructuring of the chamber. And the biggest problem, of course, has always been that when there are disputes before the chamber, 2 parties must come through. Those representing players and those representing clubs, and then the litigants and defendants. But the challenge has been club representatives have not been coming through. But credit to the BFA in part was that we agreed on a transition where at least cases will be heard with the composition that is there, which is why we have had 5 cases adjudicated so far. And then they have written to about 20 clubs to respond to allegation levels against them by the players. So we are sitting with about 38 cases that are yet to be concluded. And the agreement is that before the season starts, latest by end of August, all the 38 cases will be dealt with. This is in relation to the new transition measure that has been put in place. I must conclude this point by telling you that Botswana is one of the 3 countries in the whole world that have applied to an NDRC compliant, which is licensed by FIFA. So what happens is that all the countries apply, and then the legal department at FIFA will check whether your NDRC meets the requirement. And one of the positives out of this new structured NDRC is that a case reported today must be concluded in less than 30 days, which is a huge positive for the players. This is a big win for FIFPro members worldwide, because in the same discussion document, it overemphasizes the role played by FIFPro and domestic unions. So this for us we see as a positive. But on the flip side, we are regrettable that cases have taken for too long without being heard.
One of the messages that we got on our WhatsApp line speaks about educating these players. I mean, the Footballers Union of Botswana has been in existence for years now. You always have activities, you always have activations, there are radio interviews. What's lacking? Why do our players seem to want to do things on their own when it's nice and fluid? Deciding on fee, and then they only think about you when the tables are flipped now. Dismiss you unlawfully.
I think there are 2 things to that trend that we see. One, the employer abuses the power to employ. They use all sorts of tricks. They even threaten the players that no, you walk out of this room having signed this contract. If not, there's no deal. And there's a guy who's sitting here thinking like, hey, I've been looking for this opportunity. If I lose it, I'll not get it anywhere else. And this is why they even sign contracts. I mean, we have a case against VTM. We won one recently. Now we have reported them to the BFA for failing to use a standard contract. You know, they filled with a lot of clauses in the contract that in turn do not favor players. I mean, if you say in your contract that whatever the team does, you will not take legal action against, and players have signed such a contract. So now, on the one part, we are using the same contract to fight for your rights, and on the other part, the same contract, we claim that it is not a standard contract. So you can see the dicey situation that we face. So we say to players all the time, whether it is nice, whether it is bad, access the services from the union, which are for free anyway. So I was thinking about the first part, which is the abuse. The second part is that players don't know their rights or they don't care. I say this because the only time they get to get assistance, I mean, the guy you spoke about, when he signed, when he signed, he never showed you the document he signed. He comes to you with a document that is already signed, and in there you are going to find very strange things if he's from this team that we are talking about. So this is the dicey situation that we find our football in.
Okay, there was a point in time where you signed an MOU with the Botswana Football Association, and then my belief was that through that MOU you were going to ensure that at the very least that standard contract that was agreed between the two parties would be the one that is used by Premier League and First Division sides. How did we get to a point whereby a team can use anything outside of that agreed standard contract?
It as part of the deliverables for that collective bargaining agreement, we got the BFA even sending the same document to all the structures. They sent a circular in 2019 after an NAC meeting resolving on same. So it puts us in a very difficult position to see the contracts that are signed by these players. The only time we get to see them is when there's a dispute. But that aside, what we had anticipated was that we would regularly do spot checks, we will do contract audits, which is what we've agreed with both the league and the Football Association. Now, the difficulty about this is that some players are playing without copies of their contracts. Their contracts are not even accessible anyway. So the only time each of the players largely will see their contract is when there's a dispute, and this is what we try to emphasize all the time. We had a meeting with the league about a month ago where we raised this issue. So we've agreed to two things. One, we will do regular audits of this contract. Secondly, we will try and educate these officials about the contract, about players' welfare, about everything to do with the players. So we are just waiting for them to give us a slot. We've agreed to also do it at various levels, whether at chairmanship level, whether at more administrative level, where there are general managers and then there are secretaries. We've availed ourselves and we've made this proposal to the league, and they have said, look, this is something we can do.
Kana ke lebeletse contract ene re bua ka ene ya VTM gore ke yone ya ke re molf gona le go ha go tweng no penalties can be imposed on the employer if the employer is in default of its payment obligations. Go mo ke go ga nnete ga bereka ke rala re gompieko ya ka so gora re go mo yone contract e kwa dileng ditsi ya badimo tsone tse ano hela ka gore ngwana o sign gora re o ipolai.
Yeah, you see, when you go before the law, they will ask you, were you under duress when you signed this contract? Because we see your signature here, and we even see people witnessing for you. You know, we are too casual in some of these things. And then we super do hella city and south. This is the problem we are saying. And this is the contract which has been filed at the PFA. It has been filed at the league. And our argument is, had we taken the steps we agreed to do spot checks on this contract, to audit them, we could have picked this a long time ago. We once saw this about 2 years ago. We wrote to the league, the contract were normalized. Now, you come with this contract that we say, we will argue that this is an illegal contract. You can't have such a contract ever. No, national law does not even allow you to have such a contract. But on the contrary, we want to claim using the same contract. You see where we now grapple with a legal argument. When it was very easy, we put in a lot of work to get to do a standard contract. We did it with the BFA, with FIFA, with FIFPro, and all the social partners agreed to this standard document. And then someone just comes and then they just do their own contract, and it's just normal, life goes on.
So what is the BFA's role here? Ha player sign a contract in Tsinyana, VTM submit. All they do is just shelve it. They don't go through it to check if it's in line with what they agreed with the FUB.
They don't, and I think it's largely because of capacity issues. And they can't. And this is why we've said, look, we exist just for one thing, and one thing only, which is to protect and fight for the protection of the player. Give us all this contract. We'll make sure we'll go line by line. We have a team dedicated to do that. But that has not happened, regrettably.
Hi. Is there anything else regarding these issues that you'd like to share with us today?
Look, I think we have not moved from the previous challenges that we have seen many years ago. One, unilateral termination of contracts by clubs. Secondly, abuse of power by the clubs. Thirdly, clubs will just decide certain elements. Like in this case, they'll just vary contracts without players' input. And then the most unfortunate thing is players will just cling on to this until the last day, until a club is sold or liquidated like it is now, and then that's when you start hearing of cases. The rules are very clear. If you are not paid for a month, the following month you put notice for the club to pay you. If they don't do that in 15 days, you give them notice for termination in 10 days. You walk free. But our clubs, our players would rather stay in a club that does not pay them for the whole season, come to FUB end of the season, and they want their money same day. And you do this on the backdrop of many issues, challenges, among others. The inconsistency of hearing matters before the chamber or bringing the matters before the chamber. We have done literally everything possible under the sun to protect and to fight for the players. We have fought for statutory instruments. We have fought to report cases. We just need one thing, judgment. But if players don't take themselves serious, we talk to them every year. We visit them like 3 times a season, before the start of the season, midway through the season, end of the season, to understand their issues. And we say to them, guys, it is you who are on the front lines. It is you who get the heat. It is you who must protect yourselves. And for us at the office, we are just here to provide guidance in terms of what and how these things can be done.
The big mass Arikale as FUB and our football fraternity kwana gore gale le ko FIFPro le maloko a mangwe le gore bana le FUB hela ka lona. What are the challenges that you are seeing across the football divide, even away from our country, tse le gore gongwe kwano re ka le ka go di alleviate bo to ka re lebeletse se se diragalang in other countries. More for that, there's nothing new under the sun, or football problems are universal.
No, truly they are universal. The whole world. I mean, in my other capacity now, I just wrote to 4 countries. I wrote a letter to Morocco Federation, to the Egyptian Federation, to Benin and Tunisia. In all these countries, they don't have what we have here, which is the NDRC. They don't have standard contracts. But you get clubs firing players just over, just a stroke of a pen. You know what? We don't want you, just go back home. And it's difficult in such countries, based, one, on the landscape, secondly, on issues around religion. So it's very difficult to play in these Arabic countries. And they always lose cases. I mean, in Tunisia, for instance, we were even citing cases that were adjudicated before, as far back as 2013, and players have still not got a recourse. I wrote to KEF, I spoke to the director of legal about this matter, because the next stage now is go to FIFA. But again, there is something in the long term we've got to seriously deal with. You write to FIFA and complain about the BFA, right? And FIFA is on the brink of going for elections. You think they will rock the boat? You think they will get the BFA to account in the manner in which you want? No. So we are fighting for a system that will, in the long term, we need to look at impartiality around dispute resolution mechanisms. You can have one guy have monopoly who will say, you know what, today I'll give you a license to fight my structures. Tomorrow, no, you can't do that. The third day, he just ignores you. This is what we need to look at in future. There is a provision for matters to be heard at CAS. I mean, that's purely commercial. Why can't football have their own dispute resolution mechanism without this hindrance, financial hindrances? So this is the problem we are facing, and this is what we've got to have a discussion about.
What about other avenues of maybe taking these issues to the labor court? Because this, is an employment dispute between an employee and an employer.
Look, football has taken a decision to say, because of the nature of the football space, it will not be ideal to have or to use labor law in addressing football matters. I'll give you an example. If 15 players were to give 1 month notice in terms of national law at VTM, just 2 months after the transfer period, they will not be allowed to move, because you can only terminate a contract during the off-season or at the end of the season. This you do because you want to provide for what we term contractual stability and also the integrity of the competition. Use it the other way. If you, as a player, were to say you want to terminate your contract in the middle of the season, the law does not allow you to, on the basis of the two principles of contractual stability and the integrity of the competition. This is why football then decided that, you know what, because we are special in nature and by creation, we will find ways in which we can deal with our dispute. And this, we agree on a collective platform to deal with these disputes.
Mm-hmm. I remember in the FIFA provisions, the status and regulation of status of players, just the cause. Just the cause speaks to the termination of a player's contract. And it says, you should be able to make transfer or sign a new contract as a professional player within 30 days. So isn't that sufficient enough for a player to terminate and even move on and then have the association registering the player? Because there's a just cause provision in the status.
There are three conditions in which you can terminate the contract. One, it's just cause, which you just mentioned. The second one is sporting just cause. And the third one is by mutual consent. Now, what we find, or what players don't exercise, is the one I was mentioning, which is tied to just cause. A team does not pay you in a month. The rules are very clear. You give them 15 days notice to remedy this. If they don't, you give them 10 days to terminate. And you'll be terminating on grounds of just cause. But here's another danger now. In Botswana, we have squad limits, which is something that we've argued against. We said, look, guys, open up the squad limit so that if one team were to fail to get a license, it is gone. It is gone to the lowest division, right? Where do those players go? You'll have to make special provision because they are professionals. They must register even outside the window. But now you come and say, yes, here they are. Where do they register? You are told that, no, we have squad limit of 30, 40, whatever. Therefore, they can't sign this season. You see. So, even if they were to terminate during the course of the season, the other issue that we have been battling with or to deal with is the issue of squad size. You must be able, as long as you can demonstrate capacity to get so many players, just be allowed to.
So where can they find the Footballers Union of Botswana online? But the Baletsoare, but the Babuele Lona, upcoming players, but also go first division, but the team is a Premier League, but what's advice? Renero Hokota number the issues.
We are available on Facebook. We are available on X. Our office number is 3190-447. 3190-447. We have a WhatsApp line, 732-88115. 732-88115. And we have assisted even some players from lower divisions, women football, because we see a lot of these challenges coming up from almost all the football structures. And we're also appealing to these football structures to reach out to us whether they want an induction into this legal instruments, whether it's training compensation, whether it's solidarity payment, whether it's contracts, whether it's the RSTP, regulation on the status and transfer of players, all this into, we've had part in their development and we can help them for free.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kosana Masasem from the Footballers Union of Botswana.
Good evening, sir.
That was the hot seat on the Sunday Soccer Show.
This is the music I heard in my head.
It's different.
YaronaFM.
Live the music.
Make the most of your travels with an extraordinary stay at Max Executive Apartments. Experience the perfect blend of comfort, convenience, and savings with our exclusive promotion. If you are traveling from Botswana to South Africa, show us your passport and enjoy a fantastic 15% discount on your accommodation. Whether you're in town for business meetings, exploring the sights and sounds of Sandton, or simply seeking a change of scenery, our hotel offers the ideal sanctuary for your travels. Are you ready to elevate your next stay? Book now and take advantage of our exclusive promotion. Visit www.maxapartments.co.za to make a booking. Max Executive Apartments. More than.
What's a weekend without Trans Wacky Weekend? Grab amazing deals like 2-liter Sunpick sunflower oil, $36.95. 12.5 kg A1 Super Maize Meal, $97.95. 5 kg White Star Maize Meal, $42.50. 12.5 kg Blue Crystal White Sugar, $146.95. 10 500 ml Bonita Long Life Milk, $93.95. 250 grams Blue Seal Vaseline, $23.95. 150 grams Protex Bath Soap Assorted, $8.50. And many more in store. Valid from the 5th to the 8th July 2024. T's and C's apply. Trans Cash and Carry. Bigger savings. Better living.
Attention all shoppers! Are you ready to win yourself 1,000 pula? Simply purchase any two participating brands. Bake Bakers, Five Roses, Fresh Pack, Ellis Brown, or Frisco, then WhatsApp Bakers to +267 391 1066 and stand a chance to win 1,000 pula. Don't forget to keep your till slip as proof of purchase. Visit www.ampidactivate.coza for more details. This competition is valid from the 1st of May to the 31st of August 2024. Terms and conditions apply.
This is what the Olympics is all about.
Get closer to split-second wins. Closer to history in the making. Closer to your champions.
The greatest athletic achievements of all time.
Get DSTV to get closer to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games from 26 July to 11 August with 9 dedicated channels for the best coverage of every medal and every podium moment. On Supersport on DSTV, your home of entertainment. YaronaFM.
It's giving bounce.
Lift the music.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox.
My name is Clemelo Peresi. Ke na le dingwaga tse 28. Ke tsameka le setlhopha sa Gaborone United Ladies.
E ne ntsang league ya lona ka 2024.
League ya rona tata ne le monate ne le interesting. Ne tata nka re ne le interesting because no di team tsa teng ne go le tough no go se
ha kae
go se bona go ka win.
Ke team e wane hela ke double election no go le ntshingeditswe dingalo ke manga.
Di team tsohle no go se bonolo go gore ga hare go rogile nte.
Ha wana o motho o siameng wa itse. Ka re double election e dingalo mo le letse re le coach ya yone tota.
Ya ke na comment mo go.
So lentse le berekela mo goeng since le tshameka di playoff.
Tota ne re berekelela mo speedy because ke tsa ke re gona na di player tsa rona da tlhaloganya sega ba itse gore enkeng so ne re berekela mo speed in pace ball rotation.
Ha bona la wina boka go final.
Tota gona na re lebile semi final. Tata re tsa gona re bona gore re tshamekile ya mbele gone re ka buang ka final.
How much do you know about the team that you are playing mo semi final?
Tota team ya teng ka re ke sa ntla go roga go mo DTC so ha re itse mo go kalokalo re tla utlwela mo go tela mo teng ga lebala.
Batho ba le bantsi ba expecta gore GU e wine ebe ya go CAF Champions League. Go ntse jang gore ebe di expectation di ntse alo a go le ha pressure kana go le ha confidence?
Tota nka re gotlhe go na le pressure e bile gape go supa gore batswana ba dumela mo go rona so ha ra tswana re ba disappoint re tsentse re ka mo gotlhe mo re ka kgona gore re go ga gone go finally.
Kanto gone me what makes the Reds special? Ke se sirang gore le ne team e gudiana e goranyana e winanya.
Tota ba thaba le bantle team e provider o tle bo tlhokaeng gona le lebala o bua sengwe le sengwe se se batlang ga gona sebe se o ka ipatang ka sone ke go letsa more tloela
nya lona ga le ipate se pega le tshwane le bafana bafana
nya ra ke itse
ga o itse re bafana ba dula ya season 8 le
nya ke itse tota nka ka
o nno ba lebela ke tana ke go tsara ba lebela
rantla.
And what is your advice to upcoming youngsters who want to follow in your path batshameka le national team ba khone go excela mo footballong ya bona?
Tota a ke rena ke go good development nyele e monate wa bona ya digolele
bogolo go la re tshameka PlayStation no go you have to be crazy to be a goalkeeper wala go monate go iragala dio tse di maswa go ha
me ke ne position e monate mo lebale na ra ke le nna hela ke le tlamelo Paris nkare ha ba batla go tsena go department nyaka a go motlofu le nna ke setse ke na le gare knowledge nyana ka goalkeeper coaching so ska sa ba go nthulela gore ke tlo go latlhela winyane go ke nang le bona
like that. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox.
Live the music.
YaronaFM. Live the music.
Eva said, chillers in Botswana, are you ready for the ultimate live experience? Podcast and chill with McG Lenda Da in Gibbs. So rejoin at Limco Hall in Block 7 on Friday, 12th July at 5 p.m. Retao Patola Podcast. Be part of the action because tickets are selling fast and are strictly available at www.yonatickets.co.bw for just 250 pula. Grab your tickets now and join us for an evening of laughs, stories, and the best podcast vibes around. Podcast and chill with McG. Live in Gibbs. Be there or hear about it later.
Are you with me? Have you ever wondered how you can pay lower premiums just because you're a better driver? InsureGuard brings you Pay How You Drive motor insurance cover, where your premium is based on your actual driving behavior. Drive smooth, drive safely, and watch your premium lessen. From now onwards, say goodbye to those high insurance premiums and hello to Insure God Pay How You Drive motor insurance cover. For more information, please contact your preferred broker. Insure God, your protection, our promise.
This is what it has come to, the moment that defines a season. It's the finale, and I want it all. I want all the goals and the drama. I want Pep and Klopp racing for the top. I want the biggest stars shining on Champions League nights. I want the fairy tale stories and the glory. I want the passion of Serie A. I want the flair of La Liga. I want the Premier League. I want the football finals. I want it all. Reconnect to catch every match live on DSTV.
We've got the music. You bring the vibes.
It sounds like a party.
Yes, indeed. YaronaFM.
Team Amasoza, Team Amasoza, Team Amashangane, Team Amashangane. Oh, I know Taraja, Team Amasoza, Team Amasoza, Team Amasoza, Team Amashangane, Team Amashangane. Oh, I know Taraja, Team Amasoza. I miss you seven, I miss you seven. No bolo, missing no bolo. Oh, I know that I Jimmy Amaso. I miss you seven, I miss you seven. I missing no bolo, I missing no bolo. Oh, I know that I Jimmy Amaso. Jimmy Amaso, Jimmy Amaso, Jimmy Amashangane, Jimmy Amashangane.
YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox.
Oizori bite mkopotsa Bob TV bogolo tala a long time ago in Bethlehem.
No, it's the teeny pop.
So the holy teeny pop, teeny pop. Ne ke gona go tsola trata ko masa re ke go lebella teeny pop. Gona le mthako mo go Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero.
Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero.
Moretsi go kilane go le monate bogologolo go le khulu mo go maswe dipopa tsa rona ne di bua ka go save planet. Captain Planet na re wa go tsa pollution down to zero. E seng popa tsa malatsing.
Go bena rena le ga dibidio ama ya bo morfe.
Popa
e seng popa.
Peppa Pig.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on YaronaFM at Fox Patimo on Twitter and the Gram.
It's 7:31 on YaronaFM. Life is a continuous process of learning and evolving. Throughout the journey, people face several challenges in today's world. Therefore, mental health, personal development, and life coaching are a necessity. This is why the Sunday Soccer Show has life navigation with Tumelo Masalila at 7:35 p.m. to guide the way. Mr. Masalila is a qualified life coach dedicated to helping Batswana to reach their full potential through self-awareness and counseling. Gape ke gore ke motho ene gore modimo o mo atumetse wa bona e khona rantsa go cancelana modimo a ba mmolella sephiri se sengwe sa go se ile gore ngwe ke tsone se ile gore sa goreletswa bona ba bula ba ebele aba a go nota kilare ke le ko officing ya go ba wena mathata go Fox aba bua mathata. So today we are going to talk about victim mentality. Mr. Masalila, welcome to the world famous Sunday Soccer Show. Love sport more than you love your team.
Thank you, Fox, and good evening to the listeners there.
Gumpie ku ribula Bible ha kae mme kana khantele mongwe na nthetsa re ne ke bua le mongwe e le gore ke gone hela tswang ko kerekeng wa bona. So ha ke bua le ena tswa ko kerekeng ke mmotsa gore thero ne ile nga ba nthare go ne go concentrate le mo go rapeleng di holiday. Usually in this area of us Southern Africa, the holiday ke ona nako e leng gore o tla itlhela dikotsi di nna dintsi. Ya re go ra re go kerekeng ne ba concentrate le mo go rapeleng di holiday. Ebile ba re mo go rapeleng di holiday ba ne ba ga kolla gape thata gore gantsi ha re sala melao ya modimo morago ke gone yaka e re protecta in all things ebile be ba re ne ba bala mo Exodus 20 go gona le di 10 commandments tse ene gore modimo na di neela Moses gore a re di neele ha ke tsore is that something that you'd want to expand on gore as much as we want to be safe re kopa gore modimo a re sireletsa a re segogatse le rona we have an obligation ya go obamela melao ya modimo.
It's a question of the relationship we have with our God, and I think the main emphasis, though I was not there, was on the aspect that is what then versus the faith that you have, because then how much you may say we see the 10 commandments. You then better know what God wants, because we are here to follow Him as follow Him and follow His precepts. Relationship, so it's a question of relationship. But so I think by and large the message should be let's relate with God, because God is there and God is for us all. But he is better closer to Batwai. They know Him. Even in the Bible, God chose a certain tribe or a certain group of people and called them the chosen generation. And He was very close to those people. He guarded them jealously, the Israelites. Whenever they cried to Him, Barabella, after 400 years, God came about and listened and gave them a savior. So, the holiday and and that is to say, relate with Him now, so that even when you call Him, it's easier. You can now know. So I think that pretty much what we need to emphasize, relating with God and knowing God. Because those things, these are taking advantage. We as people who are gullible, and we are also not after relating with God. But on social media, and nobody's hindered from reading. So let's read, know God, relate with God, so that and we perish because of lack of knowledge. That's what the Bible is saying. Yeah.
Thata for that, my king. As always, we appreciate the word of God. Before we jump into the topic of the day, victim mentality. In a nutshell, how would you describe such a person?
So victim mentality, folks, say, it's a feeling. When somebody deems themselves a victim, and mostly it's feelings they are related with bad things or negative things, or rather somebody who always is keeping up with bad things and feeling that they're happening to them, and also that the world is against them. People who have a victim mentality always feel it's always them who are targeted. They are always after picking bad things and also thinking bad things are happening around them.
How le mo situation e ntseng jalo wena o ka ikano ka yang kana wa go tlhoka motho o mongwe outside of yourself to tell you gore mona folks in many instances where you don't do well, where you fall short, you are always blaming everyone else but yourself?
So the guy tell folks di ta gantsi ha o mo thateng o na le first and foremost low self-esteem. Self-esteem ra bere ra bo pelo kale kana self-esteem ra bere ra go nna le, I think for a lack of a better word, maikutlo a leng gore a go gwetla go ka iphitlhela o tsapo ga o dira dilo tse o batlang go di dira mo botshelong gore go itebela ko tlase go inyenya batho ba na le low self-esteem ba tshabelelwa ke go na le victim mentality batho ba leng gore ba rata go tsenya mothonyana modimo pitiness batho ba tend they like pity e teletseng and they like how o tshela le bone within colleagues or as a partner o ta mmona ka go thola bata go thola how a thomegela pelo ebile ba tsoletsa go supa tshotego ya go ba tswang teng gore they like blowing kana go supa rona kana motsadi ya mona ke la ntira jana o kila reng kana go bona ke ntse jana ke gore ke tsile ka tshotego ye go godimo they like blaming others for the actions ba di tsaya. That's number 3. These people ba na le go nna le anger easily and they become irritated easily. And how ka bona hela o tshela lene o gore o tswa ke motho pelwana ke motho ke kana a ngwela ke motho a go thola entertainer anger gantsi motho o boitse gore they are showing signs of victim mentality. Ha gongwe ke batho ba leng gore ba rata go nna o kare nkare they feel people are better off than them, you see. They feel that folks hale kuru ene di mo tsamela sente na kana ke be ke task ke ring. Those are the signs that batho ba leng gore folks ba na le mo go bitsa ke victim mentality.
A re lebele the development of such a condition re masela gore motho ka re e tswa ha kae sente a ke go mo ile gore motho go be go diragetse sengwe se ile gore se hela se mo mo se mo sa gonna
kana ke temperament.
One, we listen to folks. One, it can be if your temperament. Ye leng gore gongwe gantsi batho ba introverted, either sanguine, either phlegmatic or melancholic. Ba na le go nna le bothapanyana jwa go nna le victim mentality because they feel they need to be located ha ba leng teng ba topolo ba tumetse hape ga batho ba bona gore ke motho e leng gore o nna tsila gore ga ke bonale. So that could be a temperament issue. Number 1 e hela ka o bile wa itse gongwe ka nna khanya ya gore go mo kgodisong ya gagwe go na le go gongwe ha go nnileng le some steps tse leng gore batsadi ba ka ba motsasente kana mongwe wa batsadi na seyo kana they na tsa wa godiswa ke borakgadi le bonkuku go teng ko a hitela tshotegonyana kana ba ska ba motsasente. So o ta ka that baggage ya gore ke tswa kgakala ke iphatlaphatlela go le bothoko go se monate ke tswa kgakala ke sa lemogiwe ke tswa kgakala ke sa hiwe lorato ke tswa kgakala ke tshengwa ba bangwe a be nile motho o itaolang yaanong a le ka go tsengwa mo tseleng a ba batla go nna a batla go supa batsadi ba go ka monwana go na le bana ba ile gore foxe ba na le gore ha kopana le wena o taba go bolela ka batsadi ba go ba leng bothoko se go ka teng ha o ya bua le batsadi bo ithala le gore ngwana yo ga o tlhoka tsebe ko lapeng ga ba te go reetsa. That is why ba batsadi ba go kana ba painter as bad people. So it could be either temperament kgotsa e le ka heleng gore mo kgodisong ya gagwe o nnile le go prosego go gongwe kana ha tudilweng ke di step dingwe kana ga tlhokagala kgodiso e thamaletseng ya go montsha tsela.
Yaanong a re bue ka di remedy yaanong. Let's start with us, the people who are surrounding this person. How best can we support them?
Yeah. The best thing that can be done, the first and foremost thing is to recognize this signs. It's also recognize this victim mentality behavior or feelings. Say moto anang adi project. If you note these people, you need to start, trying to talk to them and address them. Because when you do not, they take advantage of such. They play you for a fool at most. So you want to start by addressing and making sure that they see things the way you say to them. Don't sugarcoat. and also don't hide it from them because you are not helping them. Ga setsa ele ngwana go dilele ntse le re kana motho a modimo ma go motogetsa le monyare ngare wa go ba tsara mo monyetsi kana you are tselang nai mo botshelo because you are no go merekisa over time. But what thing, folks, they need to be taught to look at life positively. And this is to say, take them from that victim, that aspect that banne ba ite ba ikete bone dilo ga di ba tsamaele sente ba dio tse di maswe di ba tsetse morago. But tell them there's a positive side of life, and you need to try by all means to see that. I've had cases, folks, telling gore motho I believe it's counseling because and some of them you are just playing victim. That's your problem. Because you are not looking at life positively. Baba because le motho teng a graduate anal ditutego o gona go fila hela gore botshelo ga bo motsamaele sente so ga ka achieve sepe mo botshelong ebile tiro ha gore they always play victim. They want to point fingers. Tell them to believe in themselves. That's a very important thing. Because if they are going to be positive, they need to believe in themselves. And these are structures that need to be really brought together, and somebody needs to be helped. I'm doing lessons of growth, folks, in a couple of a month ago. I have a class today, and I have people who are coming out at times. You know what? This aspect of believing in myself and taking charge and growing it has helped me. And also tell them there's a positive thing that has happened in your life at some point. Count your blessings. That's very important. You need to start looking at the good things. A milestone, 21st birthday. Let them see those small things because this is a mentality, this is a condition, this is a mental issue. And the little things always matter. If you do not bring them out, so bring them out as much as possible. Challenge, just the last one. That's about the challenge. Train them to meet challenges head on. You need to show them. You have 90 minutes to play this game. It's either you lose or you win. Decide. So give them that challenge, let them see it, and let them meet it head on. Don't give them remedies to dodge, but give them, show them life is in session. You need to live it or you need to fail.
A re ke go ba kharameletse go wena re masalla mme re ba kharametse ga tseletse jana gore averagely with your experience go ka tsale ba ka le ka gore motho a snap out of this condition or habit le gore ki the victim ba it's as a victim mentality.
To be honest, my brother, it's the session set in really the re push 6 months, re push 12 months, because we are talking about a personality or a temperament or behavioral traits. They built up for over player victim 18, canal 21, canal 25, canal 27, canal 35, canal 40. And we have to deal with 40 years of experience because this thing is what you have accumulated over the years. So, I have people who have not finished their sessions because I like on the heart. I like it gets hot in the kitchen on the heart because you are trying to show them, you know what, you need to be dependent and avoid trying so hard to always wanting people to step in for you. So what's all about? And I tell you, minimum 6 months, and we push to close to 12 months. But we limited it to this point because you can't depend on the session alone. You need to now fare for yourself. We need to say now after 6 months we need to be evaluating, but rather also trying to see in this time but it's not 6 months of 30 days coming for sessions every day. Now it's 6 months or once a week, if you get what I mean. So it's not, it can be intensive, but you need to just endure through the process.
Re lebelle ka go tlhoka go attend to this victim mentality, Mr. Masalila, in the long run, health-wise, what are some of the consequences that can be caused by this?
These people can be very dangerous, my brother, to themselves, number one. These people, because positiveness, they run the risk of even blowing off things that is yummy. I've had a case, a couple coming in, Monari, Kanameo, even any good moment, or why spoil? Because the problem is just that they don't want to own up and deal with this condition. So, everybody should not be happy. And also, now we so it's something that they become a hazard to themselves. Number one, they affect the people around them. Number two, they don't go as far. They grow bitter in life. They don't grow as far. They don't see life as something to be lived and to be enjoyed. You know, they see life as a curse. This language, well and healthy. And worst case, when they are sick, they become a very huge burden because odila le motho negative. At the same time, on a condition, o tabo be laela gore gongwe ke bolwetse bo mogatetse. Kante o kopantse temperament plus bolwetse le bereka overtime go leka go thusa motho. So these people can seriously become a burden, and also le go ditirong. You know, they encourage more reason why we do team building, see,
on the other side, what do you have in place in terms of the programs that you thusang? The victim mentality, a collective of challenges, or introvision. It's 7:50 on YaronaFM. We're still on live navigation with Mr. Tumelo Masalila. Today we were talking about victim mentality. Please pay attention, especially when he shares his details at our Tucson.
AM to PM all day. The music slaps all day. YaronaFM.
In a world of hustle and hush weather, trust Lumo products to take care of you. Lumo, personal hygiene quality products that will leave your skin smiling. Lumo, lumen your beauty. Available at all Shopee stores.
Are you ready for a memorable getaway? Look no further than the Grand Aria Hotel. Our hotel boasts 77 spacious and luxurious rooms and suites, perfect for your relaxation and comfort. Need to host a meeting or event? We've got you covered with 14 conference and boardrooms. Our restaurant and bar will tantalize your taste buds. Enjoy chauffeur-driven transport, porterage services, 24-hour security, and a welcoming front desk. Stay connected with complimentary Wi-Fi throughout your stay. Contact us on 310-4584 or visit plot 32943 in Phase 2, Grand Aria Hotel. Luxury is not just a place, it's an experience.
Be inspired by the Word of God.
It's very important to serve the Lord. It's very important to choose the Lord. Why do we choose the Lord? He is our Savior.
God is going to bless you if you ask all this thing with reverence, with all humility, and that will come into your life.
And we thank God because
Weekdays at 5 a.m. only on YTV.
YTV, where entertainment lives.
This is the music I heard in my head.
It's different.
YaronaFM.
Lift the music. It's different. Different.
This is the music I heard in my head.
YaronaFM. YaronaFM.
It's different.
Same location, second location.
YaronaFM.
Sunday Soccer Show. Sundays, 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. On YaronaFM.
It's 7:53 on YaronaFM, and we're still on live navigation with Mr. Tumelo Masalila. Today we were talking about victim mentality, how to recognize that you always play victim, how can we support you, or how can you support yourself, jalo jalo. Ya no ke batla gore Mr. Masalila a wrap up our discussions gore re tle ka 8 p.m. e be re tsena mo puisanyo ya women football le Kels Pablo Gaborone United ladies are in the house. Re Masalila, is there anything else regarding today's topic, victim mentality?
I think nothing much, folks. The other thing here, like this mentality can also be acquired. They can just get this from the environment that they grow up in. It's something that can be acquired as well. That's one thing to note. And lastly, loneliness. These people suffer from being too lonely, and they push away good people in their lives because they are always looking for something. So I think before we went for break, you asked, Hori, what do we have? Folks, we last year we signed up into a program in and we have started doing it with many people. It's a program that talks about discovering yourself. It's the advanced level of temperament, a DISC assessment, and this is an advanced level where you get a report in terms of the type of partner you are likely to, function better, the type of job you are likely to, do well if you take up. It's a program that is very huge. We send you the link. This is a lifetime report, and this is a good assessment for certain companies. They like to know if you have done something of this magnitude. So it's a program that is available. If you want it, you can always reach us and we can share it with you. But coaching and dealing with this condition, normally it helps them because then it goes to the roots. It helps you have an awareness of who you are.
Aha. Yanung ha re setse re batla gore re le tshware ko Introvision re ka le tshwara ha kae gore re tle re kgone go bua dikgang tse le lona re le di individual kana re le di group.
Ke 73164719 73164719. That's our WhatsApp line to reach us quick and fast. Page ke Introvision Consultancy on Facebook. We are there on Facebook, LinkedIn, and all the social media that are there. You can also get our website in there and see other services that we offer beyond this.
Aha, thank you so much, my king. Modimo le so hatse le ka di holiday le tsamae sentle le sireletsege re tla le bona ha le boa.
Thank you, sir.
Aha, today on Life Navigation we were talking about victim mentality. O victim mona wa itse.
Never. That's something because I like to take ownership and responsibility for whatever decision and whatever the things that I do.
One of the things that ke di noticitseng ka sene Mr. Masalila bua le rona ka sone ke gore a re batho ba teng gantsi ba leka confidence.
Yes.
O kila bona motho ana le bokgoni, ana le sengwe le sengwe sa se tlhokang go complete a task kana go dira selo mme a sa dumele mo go ene gore go nna yang gore la ha re le ka go mo convince o feel gore e kare wa mo aketsa kana o ikgatla ka ene. Have you ever experienced such?
Yes, a lot of people they have that problem. Lena, back then, years and years back, there used to be so many people who believed in me and things that I can do and the potential that I had, but I didn't see that. I just thought maybe ke khanya gore nya a re bue bontle ka wena because we're not. But over time, especially after I started going for therapy over the years, and then I had to believe more in myself and what I can do.
In instant therapy,
no, one thing which I one thing which I realized and which I appreciated therapy, the more you become open and vulnerable, the more it helps and the more it becomes quicker.
But I'm a man, dog. I'm a man. How do I become vulnerable? What? You don't think I'm a man?
No.
Hello, how about a gender?
Nah, remember, the problem starts where because you are a man, how about Toka, it really affects you as a person. So therapy gives you that opportunity to going forward. That's the goal actually.
You look against and see lower therapy in white.
Ki nele khanya gore ne ke feel gore I've lost touch with myself and things that I used to love, including bo I ke motho ke ratang go bala thata, but all of a sudden ha ke sa tlhole ke rata go bala. I don't do things that I used to do when I was at that point in time in my life. Where did that I lose that? Then I went for therapy and that's when I learned it's not like all is lost. You can make a comeback.
Thank you so much. It's 7:59 on YaronaFM. Up next we have Puisanyo Women Football with Kels Pablo.
Turn it up. Turn it up. YaronaFM. Live the music. The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show. Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. Live the music. This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show. Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on YaronaFM and Fox Patimo on Twitter and the Gram.
Good evening and welcome to Puisanyo Women Football on the YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show. My name is Kels Pablo. Tonight we're focusing on the 2024 DTCB Botswana Women's Football Championship.
Hold on 1 second. Let's find the station.
Check it out. It's the real
YaronaFM, EW's best.
Sensational. Exactly. YaronaFM.
The DTCB Botswana Women's Football Championship was held in Gaborone this weekend. Gaborone United ladies were crowned the 2024 champions after defeating Tawana Top Girls 8-1. At the final in the National Stadium in Gaborone on Saturday. All right. Nekiri. Gaborone United won, and were crowned the champions of the 2024 champions of the DTCB at the National Stadium in Gaborone on Saturday. The Reds also received individual awards Untlametse Gaonyadiwe was awarded the top goal scorer and the player of the tournament. Tlamelo Peresi was awarded the goalkeeper of the tournament, and Coach Reza Muneni, as we know him, was awarded the coach of the tournament. In studio, we are joined by the general manager of the ladies team, Ibong Reowe Molawa. We are joined by the head coach, Coach Reza Muneni, and the player. Kate o thata player ra e batho o tshameka ha gare nako ngwe mo Senthabekeng ke batla gore o itseng gore ke manga kwa le mo netu kana nta bua e be re cheka gore ala mwitsi bua ho just say something hello bua sengwe se ba go toetseng ka so
no a ke batla go fatliwa ke re
a batla go nya ba hesengwe ya. But anyway, you will get to know her name when she introduces herself. I'll leave that for that time. Now, welcome guys. You have won the Relopele Diatra Hela Gape. But before we proceed, ke kopa lire morale o le dirang go match. Kopa hela lo thela lire morale o lo dirang. Ra re batho go senya se.
Le na le morale.
No garna moral.
No ya we le video tsa go dirong.
Morale hela o re utwa re mo metse. No ya we le e dira morale. Ra botho go tsa ke re go le baleng. Ira morale.
A rute morale wa go tsena mo studio.
Morale o batla go
le tsere taba ya tau. Le tsere taba ya tau.
Moral.
Wa rona ba batla go bona go le baleng.
O padile ha ise ba bui ke mang
go ofising ya rona o tla re bona.
Go ofising ya rona o batla moral wa rona le rona o bona go ofising.
All right, that's fine, fair enough. But let's start with you, Owe, and let's start here. What was the administrative initiatives that you put in place for the 2023-2024 season this year?
Well, thank you. Ke simola maybe ka go dumedisa baretsi ba YaronaFM ke bontsi ba itse gore ha go ne go kgaogangwa di team tsa Gaborone Women. Gaborone United in ipitela go Division 2. Then we sat down as a team, as the administrative wing team, to say, do we really belong there? Do we deserve to be there? Then the question, the answers from the boardroom, I remember at that time, from everyone who was there, was that no, we don't deserve to be there, we don't belong there. Then the next question from the director of Gaborone United, Mr. Nicholas Zakiam, was, then what do we need to do for this team to get back to where it belongs, if everyone here believes that we don't belong there? We sat down, then we identified objectives for the team to say, the first objective is to build a strong team, a dominant team. Then the second objective will be to run it as a professional outfit. Then the third objective will be to dominate and be a consistent competitor at intercontinental competitions. Because when I say, you will recall that our performance for Division 2 was promotiwa re sena le high loss, re sena le high draw, because we committed all the resources towards that team to make sure that e boela ko Division 1, which is the Premier League of Gaborone region. Ha e tsena mo Gaborone region, then also e be go compel now to beef up the squad. I recall Lwana ga o fetoge was one of the first Barne and Simula project ka bone yo lone Batolomi, yo Matla Toboganyo, go le ba one Selebatso, and we're building on top of by Nembasetse Balete. Then the following window, which was in January, eberena habatse gapen ebere identify gore re ka beef up squad ja. The marquee signing of that transfer window was Kikimetse Ditebe from Mexican girls, and now everyone started to see GU now is here to compete. That season we became runners up to double action. Luckily there was that gap ya gore the Western Bloc on AC e khone go nna le likebe gore gore DTCB says your defending champion on that day and the winner for the Gaborone region or run up wa Gaborone region le wa join. So we managed to participate re khona go participate ko DTCB National Championship, and ha re tsena go gape we came runners up. We lost the final to Double Action ka 1-0. Then we sat down after that administratively to say how can we beef up the squad. E be re bakanya le di processera tsa go etsamaisa. Tumalano kholo ile gore re leka go etsamaisa re bapisa thata le the senior team. So in terms of welfare, in terms of resources, in terms of access to infrastructural resources that the team has, the ladies team must also enjoy that at the same wavelength as the senior team. Ele maiteko a rona go leka go ba superetsa gore we take them at that level. I'm happy to say we are managing. We are not yet there where we want to be, but we are managing. We are getting there. The progress that we have made from this second season, early more the Premier League, women's league. We are getting there. We became the champions of our own region. We went on to win the block tournament. The Southern Block. We were crowned yesterday the champions of the DTCB National Championships finals. So we are getting there. Also, kako jepunya ya the administrative and welfare issues tabatsamiki and the staff. We have not achieved 100%, but what I can assure is that the team has tried to make sure that 95%, as we speak, 95 of the technical team right now, they are full-time. They are employees of Gaborone United. They are employed to Gaborone United. They are employed to the company Gaborone United. Players, they are employed to Gaborone United. All of them full-time now. That even allows even the technical team to have the team at the time they so wish, if it's in the morning, the afternoon, whether double, single, because they are employees. Where they stay, all of them. By Nembana Lil Tokalaboroko. But by Nembasana Tokalaboroko, there are few, they're fine with that. They're fine with the arrangement. By Nembana Lil Tokalaboroko, all of them, 100% of them, Banako or the GU village, which is in Tolamasit. We have also managed to say we cut cost, or to say the Plaratarna Discadanale Warriors. How do they arrive? Got training. We secure their bus here, but every day. But these are for training back to the village, to the GU village. Similarly, so during match day, what we offer for the senior team, we also offer for the ladies team. Everyone at GU, they will tell you, everyone who works administratively, they will tell you the request is similar. When we request for match day was senior team, we request similarly so for ladies team. The difference is ladies senior. It's a meal, the caterer, ladies team, they enjoy the same thing. So these are our initiatives as the administrative wing to say team So I just hope I've maybe managed to answer maybe 50% of your question.
Very much so. And I just want to add one question, Jorge. Given the progress that you mentioned and a sterling performance over the last 2 years, what prompted, the recruitment of Coach Riza Monene this year? Because that's the talk of Gaborone.
Well, SGU, we want to be top. We want to be top. I mean, if we are recruiting, quality depth from the playing staff, then even technical staff is one of the inyalanele say ope yo setting women's football morago we itse bokgoni jaga coach Monene sa setting as the women's football. So really we are not apologetic ga se tsipire gore re ne rena le keletso ya gore ate ha go rona te a re offer that quality, that depth ya se zinga isupile ko ba hiring ba gwe ba pele yaanong re ne re le rona re eletsa, and I'm happy with the progress he has made in a very short period of time. Re le bajiu gore re lemoga gore me there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light kya win kya what we are wishing for. So tota hela ke khanje gore re setse lone leto lo morago. Razor is here because he has proved himself gore he's a very good coach.
Interesting. Now, going back to you, Coach Razor, you can just pull the mics. What philosophies, did you introduce at Gaborone United, and how did the ladies respond to it?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Let me start by greeting all the listeners. I didn't instill a lot of differences in the team or a lot of different strategies they've been using before. What I have done, I worked on with the mindset of the players, the attitude, the discipline, and the dedication, and the unity. If you can see that the Gaborone United now, it's a different team. There's unity, there is a cooperation, there is friendship. So that's the team now. When I get a team, those are a lot of things that I work on. But I didn't bring a lot of tactical work, different. I just worked on the mindset of the players to try to bring them together.
Now, given that you've played quite a important games but less games, given your introduction into the team, what is your plan going forward in terms of preparation for the CAF Championships?
I think for the start, like the manager just said, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. What I have seen, the 5 weeks I've been with the team, there is a lot of improvement, tactically, technically. You can see that the players that are gelling into what I want them to do. There are a lot of some shift in terms of players' positions, in terms of how I want the players to express themselves, in terms of how I want the players to play, or how I want the players to respond to my tactics. But everyone can say this is the geo that we saw during the block tournaments and during the DTCB championship. It's a different team. Someone was asking me why now Spook is playing a centre back. Yesterday I got that question. Why Spook is playing centre back? Then Honaya has been there playing as a centre back. Why Spook? My answer was simple. Spook has been long in this game. He has played for the nation. He is playing for the mess. But the play that I want now is a different maybe play that they've been using before. Because if you check our strategy. Even our yesterday game, so we need centre backs who are very, very comfortable on the ball, who can use both legs. Like Lon is giving us a lot of dimension at the back. If you want to hit a long ball, route one, he gives us. If you want to start playing short, he gives us. If you want to cool the game at the back, he gives us that. And again, people should be happy to see a different Ben 10. The Ben 10 that you are seeing in these 2 games that we played is a different Ben 10, because now he's playing as a new position. But the position that he's playing now is giving us what we've been lacking at Gaborone United. Remember, we used to play our 3 midfielders, but to me they were very slow. And one coach who is very observant. Even when you are my opponent, I'm not concerned about my players. I just watch my opponent, or strengths opponent are making, weaknesses are making. That's why immediately when I was introduced to GU, the first day I made those changes. So Benton, I want you to play as a 10. But I said with her down and said, can you, before I introduce her, I said with her down, Benton, I want you to play 1, 2, 3. Okay, coach, can I manage? Technically you're fine again. When I say Usiam, so what will make you not to play here? I'm here to help you. I'm here to make you a great player. But Benton that we seen on weekend is it's a different Benton, and it's giving us a lot of dimension like honesty. But going back to the CAF, I've been there for two seasons. The first season I went there, we we came as bronze medalists for the first time in Botswana, a women club coming bronze medal at club championship. The last one was last year, where we went to the finals for the first time. A club from Botswana went to the final. I had a plan. You can ask the Lone here. Every time coach is taking, he can every team talk with I talk or where we want to go. We need different players. Mentality, attitude, we have to change, because there maybe the play will, maybe the opponent will force us not to have the ball more like we are doing now in Botswana. So maybe in the other games will be like Maccabi City versus Gaborone United. Will be Maccabi City. There will be a team in Gaborone United. So the players should now respond to my tactics. Now we are Maccabi City. Now we have to respond to the way I want them to play.
That's wonderful. Now, please take the mic and introduce yourself, your age, which position you play.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is YaronaFM. I'm 23 years old. I'm the daughter to Dorcas and Moladedi, and the middle fielder and also a defender go Gaborone United, go the senior women's national team.
Interesting. Tell us, Jorge, as a player, YGU, what does it mean for you to be crowned, the 2024 DTCB championships for the women football in Botswana?
It's a dream come true. It's a blessing, because this is what I've always wanted, and I've always prayed for it. The 2 years in a signed YGU, awele ki win the league, and indeed I won the league.
So una free agent leng bang ba hutse?
No.
All right. Now give us, a word of English. But your last words, from a player, Hela, just giving us insights into the camp at GU, and also encourage, young ones who are out there who want to see themselves as, Stambo wa tomorrow.
Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So whatever you do, stay disciplined.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Short and sweet.
Yes, Lonnie, I wanted to ask you. You are one of the players that I enjoy watching, and for national teaming and also GU. How was the transition from you being a middle fielder now going to the back, and also looking at the fact that national team, I think you are playing with one or two different players from the back for your GU?
I think the position it's just one and the same thing. Playing as a CDM and also playing as a defender. Primary role is one, defending. That is why I'm not struggling when I play in the mid, or I'm not struggling when I'm playing at the back. Because when you do your job, which is primary role, you're doing good. And then secondary role, you're taking and scoring. How can you say so yeah.
No, that's well said, team, and I wish you all the best, and I'd like to thank you for being with us this evening. Would like to take more time, but but nonetheless, that was Gaborone United ladies, and I hope and everything. Everybody knows Owe. You want to Facebook, they will follow you there, and then you will tell us everything. But nonetheless, for Peace and Your Women Football, my name is Kels Pablo. Let's meet again next weekend.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. YaronaFM.
Stay warm with our special offers this winter. Make the most of your travels with an extraordinary stay at Max Executive Apartments. Enjoy the perfect blend of comfort, convenience, and savings with our exclusive 15% discount on your accommodation. Whether you're in town for business meetings, exploring the sights and sounds of Sandton, or simply seeking a change of scenery, our hotel offers the ideal sanctuary for your travels. Ready to elevate your next stay? Book now and take advantage of our winter exclusive promotion. Visit www.maxapartments.co.za to make a booking today. Max Executive Apartments, more than.
The new Boza Streetwise Bucket for One is here now for only $34.90 for the Boza. Get your piece of original recipe finger-licking good KFC chicken now with 2 wings and a small chips, all for only $34.90. Come here, Boza. Get to KFC. Get your Boza Streetwise Bucket for One now for only $34.90. KFC. It's finger-licking good. Follow, comment, share. Offer ends 29 July. T's and C's apply.
Siruwe Rihahela Ngwanaka. The hottest the number all day on 102.9 FM. YaronaFM. This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show. Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox. On YaronaFM.
My name is Tsepo Olerato Bogasitswe. I'll be turning 29 this year. My team is Granada Wanderers Football Club from Silibe Pico.
League
Yarona wasn't competitive enough because Rana Raitemogela Haratana Kodi block playoffs. The teams that they were very competitive compared to Zarona, League Yarona ya Silibe Pico region.
Successful Kodi block playoffs.
Okay, Rile Raitemogela Hela Rehetza no, we didn't receive much competition. We are ready to compete in playoffs. So we made sure we work very hard. Differently from other competitive teams. We are ready for the teams. They will be champions from other regions.
What makes your team special?
Our team is very special because as we know, sponsors sa DTCB since 3 years, and this is the 3rd year. And Granada Wanderers is the only team it appeared here for the 3rd time. We are the women's team of the year.
In preparation for the championship.
The last top 4 when we are here, our weakness, it was about pressing and confidence. So we made sure we work more on that so that the results of last year had this year. Yes, Mabani, we went to the Liquid East around to 8 Mabala.
How the championship in 2024?
Well, the aim is to go for gold.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Feel the warmth of great music all winter long. Your perfect winter companion. #Cuddle Up Lerona.
I'm 24 years old.
Like that, how are Talana Makosabo? Kana to Kotsabon before Apa Joel or Radicana Mapele and Suemezor Kanyarwa Pine Kidney. Rebel like a Timia, what do you like about it? Cecile or Lohana win a leaky Ebeleta, the championship in Morabro.
The Lord win a leaky Kibukopan, Jordan and Legion, Lera Copanara, Chimera, no so possible.
Timi Yarona enale diplara tse dintseng jang a ke ba batona kana ke ba banyenyane.
Timi Yarona e player related go ke ba banyenyane. Bontsi bo hela go 04 05.
Ya no le tshameka bolo entseng yang le twinsetsa go pele kana la ba ha ba tse le tshameka ya.
Ra phasa mo di flanke mo di side number 11 le number 7. Bolo be go ga go di striker.
O mongwe di striker.
Ke tshameka 10.
O gorile di goal tse kae mo seasoning?
Tse pedi.
Monna ka re tsamekela go di jomora bo go ra thuma re ile gore ke mono sa go re buntsintsi.
No go le thata.
Ya no nkela ntlha le tla borone le tla go tshameka di championship tsa DTCB.
Re ke la ntlha re tla go tshameka di DTCB tournament.
Ha wa tsoga?
Nyarara tsoga. Re pa ka ntse tota.
Ha o bona la go hela kae?
Re tla utla re sana re tshabeka tota wa ke sho.
Coach ntse le encourage gore le bankanye mo playing ya lona.
La encourage gore ba kanye gone ko pele. Tle re na di tsono tse dintse re palo ke go di dirisa.
Wona me how far do you want to go with your football?
Ke tlo ipona ke le ko national team.
Keep working hard o tla gore ga gone ko utla, and good luck with the DTCB championships 2024.
Re ke a leboga.
The YaronaFM Sunday Soccer Show, Sunday 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox.
So mabane ke ha ke taboga yana ke nna yo ke tswa ko Gibbs. Ke a taboga yana ke a go heta molapo crossing on my left. Ke a taboga ke a ko di flat tsa phase 2 ke ba ke tena mo left thing. Ke nna yo ha ke tsana mo tening e tsana mo phase 2 ye ha e yang go heta go mselo a pule be ke tena go no ho, and I followed that road until ke a go heta ZCC on my right.
So there's a passage there. Passage I think. Ke go gije tsimtsuno ya me ya ntha teng. Ke bala from puri ke tsena ko msalo wa pu. And ha ke hita ho. I love to listen to music when I run. Ha ke hita ho ne ke le ditsa ba mone. No go la yone. There are two people that I've ever loved unconditionally that I still love to this day.
Wish I could hold you just for a little while. Let me. I wish I could see you right now, but you're so far away. It's driving me crazy. I'm missing you, baby, and the way you touch me. It's unlike anything I've ever felt before. That's how I know I am yours.
If I say that, chillers in Botswana, are you ready for the ultimate live experience? Podcast and chill with McG Alenda Da in Gibbs. So rejoin at Limco Hall in Block 7 on Friday, 12th July at 5 p.m. Retao Patola Podcast. Be part of the action because tickets are selling fast and are strictly available at www.yonatickets.co.bw for just 250 pool. Grab your tickets now and join us for an evening of laughs, stories, and the best podcast vibes around. Podcast and chill with McG. Live in Gibbs. Be there or hear about it later.
Are you with me? Get the new Boza Streetwise 5 with 5 pieces of original recipe finger-licking good KFC chicken. For the Boza, now with large chips and 2 free cokes, all for only $104.90. Come here, Boza. Get to KFC. Get your Boza Streetwise 5 now for only $104.90. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Follow, comment, share. Offer ends 29 July. T's and C's apply.
Tebi, my friend, I know you've been planning on traveling. Do you realize that flying is cheaper than driving?
Flying? Cheaper? You are joking. Is that a joke?
You heard me right. It's not only cheaper, it's convenient and safer. Think of the wear and tear of your car, the fatigue after a long drive, and much more.
Like Diaga. Aha, you are spot on. I'm downloading the Air Botswana mobile app right now from Apple App Store and Google Play Store to book my flight.
Yes, you can also inquire through that WhatsApp line 77019-076. Air Botswana, going your way.
Ghetto, the music you love is on 100.1 FM. YaronaFM. This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show. Sundays, 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on YaronaFM.
This podcast details a life of a sport person, be it a footballer, administrator, or a coach. I'm your host, Mulifi Kenamiauben. In tonight's episode, Rechere Mulifi Sexton Kowa, Bamiza Brazil. He will take us through his football life as a player. Horusimulisa kai aheletsa ayaka. Brazil,
Dumela mona Mulifi.
Nara teze re go tobela Brazil mo mang ha gona tshidi mete
tshidi ke le le teilweng ke a uswa ka go tlana moraga go ne ke mo kuisa le bele ya ke na mpileng lina le maina ka a ile gore a mo mang le mo paseng a re Mulifi Sexton Kowa.
Sexton ke nne go tebe.
Sexton is a name that I was given by my father after the legendary South African lightweight champion called Sexton Blue under Boy Mabena. Yes.
And then Mulifi?
Mulifi is my mother's malume.
What was the meaning? That's the meaning. Mulifi, meaning
Mulifi,
oh yeah.
Mulifi kuma balani. Yeah, maluma homme.
But meaning wa Mulifi ki.
Molifi.
Yeah.
Molifi, ha ke o tlalosa Molifi o tla motho o duela.
O lefa.
O lefa.
Yeah.
Ke motho o siameng o lefa.
Yeah. A re bua ka Molifi growing up or o tshotse go kae go tse kae jang?
Go tsholeng ga ke tsholetswe ko lekeiseneng lengwe ko Soweto le bidiwa Khilani le between Middlelands and Mzimhlope and Phumulo.
Yeah.
Ke go ke tsholetsweng teng bogologolo 68 years ago.
Yeah.
Wena o ka iponna gore ke tshotswe le
Ek ta jammes. Yeah, no ke tsa calculate. So what's in school? Wa fela ka go school?
Ke simolotse sekolo ko Gauteng gone ko Khilani ko Thabaneng lower primary school ka 1962. Then from lower Thabaneng lower primary school ke badile sub A, sub B, standard 1, standard 2. It's an uncle.
Yeah.
I can fetsa ko kana when I graduate. That was a lower primary school. Then I graduated to a higher primary school.
O graduate o pasitse ka
o no sai. A gona o wa fitina ne o sa fitisi.
O go ba class.
Ne go la o ikela. Go ga bo 5 years. So pizza sampi. So I get fetsa standard 2. I went to Mzimhlope Higher Primary School. Mzimhlope Higher Primary School, where I did standard 3, standard 4, standard 5, and then I got standard 5. I didn't finish it. I was exiled to Botswana by my parents. Yeah, because exactly in school at that time. I had left school. I was selling newspapers, but my parents never said it.
Yeah.
Never said it. When I was talking about one of my opposite lane, I used to go to la pain.
Kiso school.
Like none is a so I get there. I get a Sionyana.
Also, I say newspaper.
Because all the newspaper to some cabolo. So I get horror how we see who could like keyboards or give it to Mona. In that, the one because I already get it. I go to I want to give one order because the lip I confidently. Don't allow money to cop away. As I was calling Janita, I didn't know what signature a teacher. So the killer already and I eat. Pow. That lembe wanzu wantuelezi. That rawane baituta. Unti kama kesi entata. Katila garmon. Mon. Khona ho khamas garmon. Ligolo ke le mona. Hota o sa tleka mosoko sekolong go kubi. O exidile malatsa tshwantse ka bo alofi. And successfully, ke sa tlodise to love. Then I was thrashed thoroughly in a capital tata kerre. Bampetsa kana bampatanetse batho ba gompieno go mona le tusi na mme ga isa tusi le na mpetsa a ke a go wena ba betsa petsa ka itlhoboga le ka moso e be ke a sekolo ile ha 67 December
Oraya Botswana
e be dikolo di tswala go tena wa gae la gae la tlangita mo Botswana was excited to be Botswana. It's in Botswana. It's in Mosopa. Spend a Christmas go. January ya bula. all my brothers and everybody nna ke a sala with my sister eno ke tlanga morao ene na ntse nna mo Botswana ha tsalo mo khilala you know kujo to know tata go e tla be ke tla mo tla ka remove ane re bitsa remove la le bitsa transfer re bitsa remove
ba go remove ba
ya fela molo a ke tsena a di kolo di a bula be ke tla my sister are ke a tlhapa le nna ke a se ke mosala morao se le kwalo release nkisa go class e tshwanetseng teng no ke tsena mo classing eo and the peak went on.
Yeah.
That was 68 you clearly come
yeah.
69 I went to Lubanse. My other elder brother na aruta go TTC aruta no atwa TTC aruta go Hill School. Then he got me a school called St. Teresa. And that's where I did my standard 7. And from there I went to Olive Secondary School. Yeah, where I did my Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. And from Form 3, I went to GSS. I did my Form 4 and Form 5. Yes.
So, wa go pana ka le khwela dinao no.
Khwela dinao. It's from lapeng le. It was a football family. Yes. It's a football family. Haki bala, let's talk about obviously like bala botle ba khumana ya go ba location, Bantu children. There was nothing for them. It was either football or boxing.
Yeah.
So na super happy. And Ronani Alidira, I was doing football and boxing.
Oh, happy 16, yeah.
I did football and boxing.
Yeah.
Couldn't do 2
sporting codes.
2 days read boxing, 2 days read football. No, in fact 3 days they read football. So there was a team called in India. It was a purely a developmental team. In India, under 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do junior Red Tigers. Mungarona Nerimita Preza Rona. Luna Pion Cabuas Quaki, Rally Preza.
The president.
President Taba Mukwena. Yeah, he groomed us and Samuka Bolo. Then there was another team, Mulgation in Larona. You already the juniors, the seniors. In the video, Hartlepool, the Red Tobosi. Red Tobosi, in the Mutuana Nabujobek.
Mutuana.
And Nabujobek, Red Tobosi, our former national team video Hartlepool. How to go to an Atlamono. Nagil Mono good out team will pick it or Hartlepool. Timega is Gawar. Hagir go Gikala Red Tobosi. He was my father's good friend.
Yeah.
And also Nereli Rutana Tatakar Nereli Dinoyani Road Swallows.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Murok.
So Rona Timia Rona in a Rona really the rivalry more Hartlepool obviously. From occasionally when we don't like each other and they run about to support Hartlepool. No one was in trouble in the video. Lucky Brothers. In some girl like Webster each other will ride on the yeah. And then from there in Leka 62 I made my debut, my league debut. I never forget that game. There is some gala go Pefeni. Pefeni or some gala team called Black Hearts.
Wait, 62 or 7 years?
Yeah, 62 years. Yeah, and that was the only child, black Bantu child could play.
Yeah.
Tennis and queen, it was boxing and football. So 62 I made my debut. There was one boy who was a center forward. I was an inside left. And this boy was a center forward. He was a center forward, so I bolo I palama no would mind. I got the Mr. Palail. I palama, eh, Bolivia, right? And he couldn't make his debut.
Sam.
Hey, I was substitute there. Hey, I never forget him. I think he died 2 years back. Yeah. True Metelezan. Hey.
May you soul rest in peace.
Yeah, he tolerates him now. Yeah. And he couldn't see that day. Yeah. And then I think we drew 1-1 with Black Hearts. That's where I played. And my brother was playing for the under 15 team. The Ayatollah. Yeah. So Harakola, because now I had left for Botswana. They left to join Midlands Young Tigers. Young Lions. I was junior Red Tigers. We went to join Midlands Young Lions. Yeah. And we played there. Nera ke tswa mo Botswana, ke a Joburg, ke di holding somewhere with the 68 on a yotle. There was no football life in me. Niki somewhere like go Joburg, ka re go mo shopa. I no sona use it.
Ni require.
I require next studies. But I tambua. Then like 69 ke tsana ko Lobatse. Ko Saint Teresa. Then I started playing there. Banyata on Hartsomushu. However, we are the Puyanati who got a Pisa Yamapal. They give a route or Diary. Yeah. Something I was Saint Teresa. Negativa Modi B. Was Saint Teresa. It's something I'm more A. And then I get to go 69, 2007. I went to Muchui.
Kumulifi.
Yeah. I went to Mulifi. I met some other guys. It was very rural by then. Yeah, Holy Munati. I was even out of school when I was Siani City Pudi Lore Badira. But Tiwa di Puditeo, I was a go back and practice Honna Munati, and we really enjoyed it. And then Hansaral Moscolo, they didn't never said this is in Kawan. Panebarata, Vaneva is a bolo toad. Hamba tuna bane basarrato hey kazo tsenye bana nyana wa tloa falo
Who serious?
Yeah. No le mutuna la mulu milalo la o ifosa la tla le ba lo no tse ai ro former team yana rona basima yana former team yana rona tsameka di primary tsamu so we did a to no
ba go za di bolo
bona kuri o mo la gere ke mo gopola anga bueli na la can you imagine hajibala from 1 abala stand 5 million 1945 I only came to realize that really he was a cousin of mine.
Yeah.
ke sa itse le nna ke bone ka a ke go mo leso program ya ke bereka kana pa le na wa swati ke be ke bitsa Louis le chicken Rivan bona mtu uliloi that guy was a conqueror.
Yeah.
The whole Khatlejilena is Sia, and he was a smart footballer, make no mistake. And he was excellent. He was a very good player. That is why the our brigade didn't play football any longer. And then it's a child. Yes, fine. Yeah. And then Raida Timi and Arona, some the primary schools are maturity. Hey! And then people never rap. Until one day, an on school team were not close on the Amobi team. Areko, a bower report about Remaine. Remaina Varibisa Assembly. Aganyala Lina la video and Hoyamo Assembly.
Udole Japan.
Eh, Lord. Timmy in Patari, no, this team must stop forthwith. He was going to join the school team. Every time I had her idea, her way. Very so hard to reach roads when it is. Roads when it is. Raya. Ile kumurawa batuna, nonale batuna mu team ya school. Karwa warna ne batsama ko bo P15 ko bo Rovers. Awatso. Bale banyanyana yalo. Tubone batsamikela dibinyana tsa pe.
Yeah.
E ba bangane ba litemba e bana. Ya hopola ne le bo dona lo mo tikhatha Mpete, Rejoice Tlue, Aaron Ramosako, Philip Kapani, yeah. You know, bare rata wana basimina ba itse bolo.
So kana go ntso athiwa.
No,
usala moteng.
Samka moteng.
Yeah.
Na pating samka inside left.
Yeah.
Na gi na use a little midfield.
Yeah.
The midfield right little utan. It was inside left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or inside midfield or left.
No, right.
Yeah. One. And then we made a very good strong team. Rebeza Hungala yo. Rebeza Hungala ile later babatuna vale until babatuna vale ba ira plan. Ba e ba rebeza one day bana we reformer team. Nere nako Gitiko Muchudi Center. Bona ground ya bobas.
Yeah.
How can live on a matin and a masu? I brought a pupu. Near border in Nahu. It's an abu sija. We're walking from Mulifi, from there to Mulifi. Yeah. So, I go center go. Renzio, Honalimiti, when I work for my team. The team say, have a body talent, I got a board. I know, now what do the team? Honganyiwa buya kalina la Chiefs.
Chiefs utswa kae?
Chiefs utswa phela Chiefs. I hear that the team you can imagine from a bed to a chief.
Yeah.
Now the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs needs a lot of our players go Swallows.
Yeah.
And then I never liked it.
So I give up about Muchudi.
Muchudi. We don't know. Yeah. Right. Something. Royal Chiefs. What? United Chiefs. Center Chiefs. Yeah. Okay, fine. We will adopt you. We will adopt you. That is
So kana go o player yourself.
Yeah.
So meeting with the player.
Both of them need to play around. So no.
What's that meaning with it? Yeah.
Just players.
Yeah.
Hey, from there, from there we would balance. We could be our secretary, all of us.
Yeah.
All inclusive. Yeah. And we went on, and very similar. I guess how it's in Mutsudi. Okabo na never practice a kakala. I guess about Patoa Tuna Bar. Never practice a Kosahali. Yeah. Kulwa kako Bahamas ka. Yeah. The practices are go. Mirina Musent. I sent. Hey. One day, a Waugrela or a Kukai, but Waugrela, but P50. Hey, little Saturday afternoon, we'll go practicing. Hey, you were Noela. Only Rawana, we told us in a 2021. Yeah. Now we do a Captain Super Pilar, a very great player. Yeah. E bar la tela go e ba itlhaba tshwara ba matuna e ba ba fapa rona re ba yena le fale ba sena sepelero ba itsurai ha wa tla di nesentle o itemo di se di go di tla phatla ha be se re tsama ele go mora ba re bana ba tla re bolaba Votano riri, votano arling to as comunisia titi pot. Nera di polo di tswetswe. Nera sa practice mo tla tswa ko kai. E vero koparo tsamika. Go sikwane, go kai.
So tsama ka eng go sikwane.
Oh, re ne ri tsamela, ri palamela. Our first game near Samuel Rangers, Kumalape, that was in 1970.
Queen's
Park Rangers. Samuel Rangers, Kumalape. Hotamuna Moliano Muela, Alemukusayana, or Space, Rangers. Hey! I don't know what the now are intimidate.
Madame Boussa.
No, that's another Rangers. At that time, I'm on TV. TV, I'm Samuel Rangers. Mineral Beta, I think 3-1.
Yeah.
We were well on maturity. I can't pull out the boots at Samik. Teammates, report team units. How about that match? Report teams. How about that match? I group right somewhere. Or never.
What's about base?
Happy Maran. Ilor Happy Banava School Road.
Yeah.
Okay, let's push on. Now push on. Zerira, Escomani City, tickets are. Il est 72. Then we got la omui, on a fait des égos au TTC. Now we are Dr. Nkuru. Hatla, Dr. Nkuru Matit. Ha Dr. Nkuru Matla, no, Evelo no. Carane, Mungano, teacher. Corona some gilly bone, never can go no meaty. Ah, no. Virtual lesson, we went ahead. 72 and team in the official and I practice seriously. re practice ko Lady Mitchison ko sekolong seo re practice go ha re tswala mo molifi re tla ra practice
has the little deep
re sa deep but re sa gala le go ha re tswala ka sekolong ka re la ka grounding ka. And that is why a lot of all Munifi students join Chiefs. And Ratswell Layalo, Irileka, I think 72. 72 in Ratsamiga, a competition, there's some the P50. I'm Judy. Some girl I'm Judy. Ibo Felizale, Monica. Ibo Felizale, Simona, so. So to Waro now. The Rampesa B15, I think 1-0.
Yeah.
Kolia Tine could look for Bastard, Mr. Isaac Davis.
Yeah.
I didn't shot senior.
A Buddhist trade.
Ele ha mecha ofela yare winne pudi mo da yare iguki
le true
hey ebe se wa ke ebe re ma khoti tsa pudi we go e ba go wena tsa pudi we ba go wena ile re ka moso ka betse se di dintsi ai monela a go e ba le gompieno Rama Khosi
because re budi
Rama Khoti itho ba le tsebo go tuma pudi a re itse go ete go la ke zo di ka di pudi se gompieno go di 2001.
This is the world famous Sunday Soccer Show, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. with Fox on Yaron.